Same kind of game tonight.
No doubt about that. As we mentioned there, I don't know if we had that was an interesting intro there with the feet. Clearfield captures their 16th District 9 championship in our storied Battle of Bison football program. More of the Wise Optical pregame in a moment. This is Bison football on Passport Radio.
Hey, boss, we got trouble.
What, Tony, what?
One of our caddies is stuck on I-80 and we need to get it moved.
No sweat, Tony. Call the boys, the Bigler Boys.
Bigler Boys Towing and Recovery offers heavy, medium, and light towing, hazmat response, truck and trailer maintenance and repair, and much more.
These boys know their stuff.
Bigler Boys Towing and Recovery in Woodland off I-80 exit 133, off I-80 exit 133 at Kylertown. Call 857-5004 or online at biglerboysenviro.com.
'Twas weeks into the season, the weather quite cold. Mama and I noticed our furnace was old. It clanked and it clattered and it wasn't quite heating. We knew through the years that it took quite a beating. A new gas furnace would be such a thrill to keep us cozy and warm with a low energy bill.
Call J&E Plumbing and Heating for a free estimate at 765-7460. Don't wait. Winter's on its way. J&E Plumbing and Heating, 765-7460.
Now, back to Planet P and the Coach with Battle and Bison football on Passport Radio and PassportRadioPA.com.
All right, guys, we're back.
And we're back with the Wise Eyes Optical pregame. It's time for Campy's 2-minute drill as we take a look at tonight's matchup between the Bisons.
We'll try to go through it there, but I taking on the Bedford Bison tonight, playing 7-0. Bedford coming in. They're led by Mercury Swain, who is a dual threat quarterback and has awesome statistics through the first 7 games. He has run for 626 yards and 11 touchdowns. He's also thrown for over 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns, so he's accounted for 23 total touchdowns in those 7 games. His main man is Steve Ressler as a running back and a receiver. Ressler has 298 yards and 4 touchdowns rushing. And receiving, he has 31 catches and 496 yards and 6 touchdowns. And they've got other guys they spread the ball around to, Pat, but those are their 2 main guys. And so when you look at Bedford's schedule, they played Chestnut Ridge, Richland, Westmont Hilltop, Forest Hills, Cambria Heights, Penn Cambria, and Johnstown. And they basically, other than the Richland game where it was 27-20, they put a whomping on those other teams, Pat. So, I've heard that they're a very, very nice team. I know they've been on the local TV channel a couple times, talked to some people that saw them and said this will be a tough matchup for the Bisons tonight.
Can't be no doubt about that. The takeaway for tonight's ball game, as we in this District 5-9 sub-regional, Clearfield in their COVID abbreviated schedule coming to tonight's contest at 4-1. The Bedford Bison undefeated, unblemished at a 7-0 mark, and like you said, you go down through their schedule in the Laurel Highlands. They've played some decent competition.
Yeah, normally, Pat, those teams, when you hear Forest Hills over the years, a lot of wins coming out of that program. But again, we don't know. It's hard for us to say. Last week we had St. Mary's and they come in undefeated, but you can see that their competition wasn't what Clearfield had played so far this year. So we'll see what Bedford, will bring to the table here. But I said I've heard from numerous people they have a very nice team, and the quarterback is definitely a threat.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. You go back to that Central loss down in Central Martinsburg at the Cove, 25-21 in the fourth, late into the fourth quarter. Clearfield had a chance, came up empty. That was a game Clearfield would like to have back. They're not getting it back, but right. Tonight, I look at tonight's matchup between the Bedford Bison and the Clearfield Bison, or Bisons, if you want to go old school.
Right, we're plural.
The these two programs and these two teams tonight match up in this District 5-9 sub-regional. A win tonight for Clearfield would be the signature win that the Big Whistle and the Clearfield coaching staff is looking for to really get back to we've always touted ourselves as a state caliber team. Tonight with a win, we get back on the map as a state caliber team.
I agree, Pat. I mean, coming into Clearfield here, Clearfield plays well at home here. Bedford had to make that drive. Like we were talking earlier, it's going to be a cold night. And so I think if somebody can get on top of somebody, you get in that second half, we'll see who has the will to keep going there.
There's no doubt about that. So we look forward to tonight's ball game. This should be a golden opportunity for the Bisons to get back to state relevance in 3A. Last time I looked on Pennsylvania Football News, Billy Splain who we talked to down at Central, had Bedford as the number 5 team in the Pennsylvania Football News ranking. St. Mary's, incidentally, was at number 8 or 9 in that ranking prior to last week. Clearfield and Central were teams to watch. Now, Billy Splain often gives a nod to our local teams around here.
We know if you're undefeated, they're going to try to take care of every region in the state, Pat. So we know that. So obviously, St. Mary's, their record was good, but they weren't a top 10 team in the state. But Bedford coming in, I do believe they're on that borderline of a top 10 team.
Yeah, and you look at the rest of that Pennsylvania Football News ranking as it works out. Wyomissing, Hickory, and Central Valley round out those teams in front of Bedford, and they're all on the road that one of these two teams are going to have to go through to get to the States down at Hershey. Gang, this has been the Wise Eyes Optical pregame. Wise Eyes Optical taking in office appointments in Clearfield and Phillipsburg, following CDC guidelines. See your world better through their eyes. It's Wise Eyes. The Denny's Beer Barrel Pub kickoff is next on Passport Radio.
Good air reduction there, Pat.
Yeah, that worked out pretty good through the echo. Yep. Now, here's the thing. We got 1:37 on the game clock. We got to get through the national anthem. So, drive home, Danny. We got to see. We'll come back after the anthem then.
Maven Morris, Sean Biddle, Joe Ryan, Larry Fox,
Yes.
Joe Gray, District 9.
Yes.
Always on, correct.
Gotcha.
Right.
Appreciate the heads up.
Okay, honey.
Yeah, we got to get through the anthem here. No bands tonight. They already did the coin toss, so I got to figure the anthem's going to be coming up in relative short order.
Yeah, I agree. They're taking their helmets off now, so time to stand there.
Yeah. There we go. Yes, we got another break or two, or rather another commercial or two. Drive home, Danny. Anthem complete. We can go back live whenever whenever you're ready. And welcome back to Kickoff, served up by Denny's Beer Barrel Pub, where tonight on the hill it will be herd immunity for one of these Bison teams, as the winner will stampede on to the PIAA state playoffs. Hey gang, Planet here along with C. Wayne Wood and the coach, reminding you to chow down like a champ on your next visitor carryout at Denny's Beer Barrel Pub. Get to the pub, where their menu is as big as their burgers. And so Campy and Wiener, on to kickoff.
We got a plan. We're receiving the ball here, Pat. And good thing, a half hour before this, it was downpouring rain. Rain stopped. Looks like a nice night now. You know, see some break in the clouds there. So let's have a great game tonight.
Clear and cool will be the temperature and the forecast for tonight's ball game. A chance of rain, 41 degrees on the hill in Hyde City. And Bedford will kick off from left to right as we see it and across your radio dial in a staggered kickoff stance. Ball fumbled at the 5-yard line by Fransky. He'll gather it up, make his way out as he slips a tackle on the left sideline and make his way out across the 20, and that's where Clearfield will put it in play on this District 5-9 sub-regional.
Yeah, nice job by Fransky there, Pat. It was a situation where he bobbled the ball. It didn't look like he was going to get past his own 10-yard line. Was able to make a couple of people miss and get it out past the 20. So, you know, he did recover and, you know, got us out of the hole there.
So, ball situated on the 21-yard line. Clearfield out on their first offensive series of tonight's ball game. They'll empty the backfield right away. OB, Oliver Billett, all alone in the backfield. We're 5 wide. Looking to pass on first down. OB will tuck it and run, finds a little bit of room there. Left side, picks up a small gain, second down.
That time Bedford in man-to-man coverage. Clearfield ran 5 stops. Yeah, every receiver went 5 yards in turn, but Bedford had everybody covered. So, you know, Bill made the wise decision instead of trying to force the ball in there. Ran for a couple yards there. So, you know, again, I do believe they'll try to keep the ball in Oliver's hands as much as possible tonight, Pat.
Clearfield comes in with 1,600 plus yards in total offense, 931 through the air, 677 on the ground. On 2nd and 9 from our own 22, Jason Plubel to the right of Oliver Billett. And they'll give it to Plubes. Find some room off the right up the gut, close to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, like you said, Pat, initially the hole was open, but the Bedford linebackers, I'm looking at number 66 for Bedford. I mean, want to see what that kid weighs right there. Oh, he is a 275 pound. They got him an inside linebacker, 275.
Clearfield averages 6.1 yards per play on 261 plays so far this season. Back to passes, Billett on third down. Can he convert? Had a receiver down the left side. Carson Klein skips off the turf, incomplete. And Clearfield with a quick 3 and out.
Yeah, Bedford's on that first series showed a lot of quickness, and they do have size out there. And it's a situation where Clearfield's going to have to make some plays and look like under duress, Pat. And that time Oliver scrambled, did have Klein open on the sideline, but just didn't reach him.
And that's one thing, Campy, for one of the keys tonight, breaking down film from Bedford. If we get loose in their defensive secondary and OB can complete some passes, we should be able to move the ball down the field. Graves with the punt fielded on the fair catch on the downhill side of the 50-yard line, and Bedford comes out on their first offensive series from the Bison 48-yard line. The return man that called for the fair catch, Gregory Edwards, and Edwards, a receiver for Bedford, 18 receptions for 337 yards and 2 touchdowns on the season.
Big series here for the Bisons, Pat. They need to match that defensive series by Bedford for them on the first series.
They'll run a wing to double wing there, Campy, as Mercury Swaim goes under center. Wideouts to both sides, orbit motion, and Swaim rolling to his right. Uncorks one deep, they're going for it all. Carson Klein Carson and the first to the Bison.
Yeah, like you said, they were actually a double tight slot there, Pat, and they ran motion and bootlegged away from the motion, and they had a guy going deeper on the deep flag. They picked up the guy in the flat. The quarterback just threw that one straight up in the air, Pat, for grabs. I mean, maybe thinking all year long, our athlete's better than yours, but Klein proved them wrong on that and came down with the pick.
Carson had a pick last week in the District 9 championship ball game. Give him 2 tonight. Is Clearfield back in business, 1st and 10 from our own 20. Back to pass is Oliver Billett under pressure. He'll shake a tackle as he works the left side. It might pick up a hard-fought yard there on 1st down.
Yeah, that time Clearfield, tried to send Lezer into the flat. Really had, had one guy running deep, but really no one open. So Billett again, wise play, not trying to throw it up for grabs, scrambles for a +3 on 1st down.
OB has 39 carries for 202 yards and 5 touchdowns throughout this 5-game season for Clearfield. As Clearfield has rushed for 677 yards on 159 carries and have scored 10 touchdowns. So on 2nd and 7, a pickup of 3 from our own 23. Billett back to pass again, under pressure, and he'll be taken down behind the line of scrimmage for the 1st sack of the ball game as Bedford comes into the nice ball game with 12 sacks on the year.
Yeah, Billett not given much time there, watching the patterns right there. Lezer tried to run a double move and go deep right there, and before he could even have a chance to get open, Billett was sacked there. So Oliver under duress right now every time he goes back to pass.
And you look across the way there in Bedford in their traveling white jerseys, pants, helmets, blue stripe across their hats with navy blue numbers. They're big across the front line. On 3rd and long. Here again, Billett under pressure. He's going to tuck and run out across the 20 to the 25, and he'll scamper to the 26. He's going to be shy of the line and gain by maybe a yard.
Yeah, I just can't see Clearfield taking a chance to go for it this early in the game. Here comes the punt team. Like you said, Pat, I'm looking out at Bedford, looking across their D line. They're all averaging about 220, 230 linebackers in the 200-yard range. So they're all pretty physical-looking players for Bedford along that front 7.
So a 4th and 2 will bring Grayson Graves back out to punt for Clearfield, and it's a fake punt. This
He's
direct
open.
snap
He's open.
to Billett. Billett has the receiver right side. That's Nick Donegal, and the fake punt goes to perfection. Clearfield out to their own 40-yard line, but more importantly, Campy and Ween, a fresh set of down.
Correct. You can't take that play home with you there. So Clearfield's well known to run that fake punt there. They set they line up with the split end. They back him off the flanker. He runs off, and then the tight end releases into the flat. And OBN looked like he had a little trouble getting hold of the ball, but then was able to put the ball right on the money for the 1st down.
Clearfield gets their first J&E Plumbing and Heating 1st down, and the drive continues. 1st and 10 from our own 41. They're going to feature blue belt, and a face mask comes in. It's dirty laundry everywhere. Plume's cut down behind the line of scrimmage, but a face mask is going to push that ball forward.
Yeah, he definitely got ripped back. I didn't know whether he got hit that hard or I couldn't see the face mask, but he definitely went straight back there. Looking at Bedford, Pat, coming out in the the base 4-3 defense there when they're playing those corners up tight at about 4 yards and the safeties at about 12 yards there.
So they'll figure this out. They'll mark it off. Our officials for tonight's ball game coming out of District 9.
I'll put it about the 45-yard line of Bedford.
Campy, they're going to walk that off, and they're going past the 49. They'll set up shop on the 45, and another J&E Plumbing and Heating 1st down because of the face mask, personal foul variety of the face mask. So fresh set of downs once again. We're running downhill from the Bedford 45. Motion man will be Jose Alban. He'll set up left side, and they'll fake the blue bell, and OB will keep it himself and find 2 yards up the gut.
Like you said, I was going to call before the play there. I know I got a feel that Bill's going to run the ball 20 to 25 times a night just because of the size of the Bedford defensive line there. We need to have our big boy running against them.
District 9 officials can't be weaned for tonight's ball game. The referee is Don Gill, the umpire Marvin Morris, the head linesman is Sean Bidwell. Joe Ryan is the line judge. No relationship to our Joe Ryan, recently retired school teacher here from the district. Barry Baca, the field judge, Joe Mahoney, the side judge, and Joe Craig,
He's
the back
got
judge.
him. He's got him.
Deep, and the pass in and out. They're going on right side. Billet going long and strong. Was that to Faransky?
He did have a step, okay, but Bedford was recovering at the very end there, and the tough catch in these conditions on that long ball. This is the Mabel's Pizza first quarter, hottest place to get a piece since 1967. Call 765-1673. And now, no need to feel the heat inside with their new pickup window. Mabel's, well worth the wait, open Thursday through Sunday.
Tell you what, Mabel's Pizza, inside Mabel's Pizza tonight, that heat would feel good.
Yeah, yes it would, and oven would feel good.
3rd and 8, we'll see if Clearfield can convert. They empty the backfield. OB looking across the middle. Nate Natoli wide open across the middle. The pass a little tall, off his gloves, incomplete.
Yeah, I mean, Clearfield ran trips to the right, two receivers to the left, and Natoli was the inside receiver on that trip side, and the other two receivers on both sides went deep, and he crossed the middle with about a 10-yard square in. I know Nate would like to have that ball back, tough catch, but ones you have to make in these kind of playoff games.
So 4th and 8 from the Bedford 43-yard line. Grayson Graves set to punt it back. See if we can flip the field here. Gets a boot away, end over end kick. It takes a bounce at the 9-yard line. Will be fielded at the 2-yard line as Carson Klein hustles down and keeps that ball from trickling into the end zone.
Yeah, it's an awesome play by Carson Klein there. Laid out to be able to swat the ball back before he went into the end zone. Was able to knock the ball back to the 1-yard line. So, nice special team play by the Bisons.
So Bedford back on the 2-yard line. One play, they threw the interception. Mercury Swain to Carson Klein on the interception. Now they're back out on their second offensive series from their own 2-yard line.
Yeah, you got to figure Swain's going to keep the ball here some way.
And he keeps it, fakes the dive, and finds room around the right side. But Carson Klein again, able to shoestring tackle Swain to keep that game from going.
Yeah, good thing he made that tackle. That was probably going to be another 15 if he didn't make that play.
Swain comes into tonight's ball game, 61 carries for 626 yards, and Mercury Swain has hit pay dirt 11 times. Second is 6 from the 6. Under center, double tight, double slot. A rugby scrum ensues. They'll go straight ahead. Not much running room there, Campy.
Yeah, they ran a tight trips there, and they just ran a fullback dive, and they rode it like you're running a wishbone. After he faked it to the fullback, he tried to follow the fullback, and there was nothing there for him.
So 3rd and 5. Now they'll work out of the gun. The Bedford Bisons will. They'll widen things out with twins to both sides. And it looks like Stephen Ressler to the right of Swain. Clearfield jumps off sides on maybe a hard bark from Swain there.
Yeah, I'm sure there was probably a change in the Canes and what they've been going on. Normally they're able to draw, a Bison offside right there, and again you can't, once you cross the ball, you can't get back and reset them. It's an automatic penalty.
So 1st and 10 from the 7-yard line. Or rather, make that the 12-yard line now for Bedford. Orbit motion from left to right. They'll hit the swing pass out on the left side with the passing catch. We'll see if we can get that number over there. I got to believe that's Ressler. Stephen Ressler with the catch.
Yeah, I think it was there, Pat. Like you said, it was that orbit motion. That's a play that when we used to play for sheer all the time. You just swing the ball to that guy going in motion. It's like a split-end screen.
Ebersol credited with the catch here. He has 4 or 6 catches for 154 yards. He's a senior for Bedford as they're faced with 2nd and 5 now. And it's going to be Swain keeping it as he goes out across the 20-yard line. Shy of the line of game by a few, 3rd down.
Yeah, Clearfield, Nate Glunt, defensive coordinator, not stupid. They see the stats. Swain is going to keep the ball more often than not. The fullback there could have probably went for some yards, but they stayed with Swain and they had him.
So Campy on 3rd and 2 from their own 20-yard line.
Swain's got to keep the ball here again. I got to feel you got to try to roll him out somehow.
Up under center. Orbit motion. He initially fakes, and Swain will keep it, and I think the Bison's defense stymied him at the line of scrimmage.
Well, again, they're running like a variation of like an option offense. They fake the fullback dive right guard pulled, and the trap going to the left for Swain to go back to the opposite side, and nowhere for Swain to go there. Bison D line really clogged it up.
He got 2, but he's still shy of the line of the game by 1, and the punting unit on for Bedford. 4:04 left to go in this Mabel's Pizza first quarter. We're scoreless. Bedford punt away, and the punt up and blunder at the 35-yard line. We'll call it the Bedford 35-yard line, and the best field position for Clearfield tonight as they come out on their 3rd offensive series.
Bison defense has stood up right. Bedford's defense has played well, but the Bisons have matched them stride for stride. The special team play of Klein, pinning him down on the 1-yard line was a great play, and then they get the bad punt. So really, like you said, flip the field for the Bison.
So 1st and 10 from the 34 of Bedford. Clearfield out on their 3rd offensive series. It'll be Mark McGonigal to the right of OB. Lezer and Feransky split to the skinny side. The ball on the left hash. They'll fake to Ian Billett. OB will keep it himself around the left side, down close to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, like I said, you're going to see the ball in his hands quite a bit. Pat. OB did pick up about 3 on first down. This is Mabel's Pizza's first quarter. Hardest place to get a piece since 1967. Call 765-1673. And now, no need to feel the heat inside with their new pickup window. Mabel's, well worth the wait, open Thursday through Sunday.
Gain of 3 on first down, brings up a 2nd and 7 from the 31 of Bedford. Jason Plubel to the right of OB. Looks like Jake Lezer split wide to the right side, and it'll give it to Plubes. Plubes straight ahead, met at the line of scrimmage. Stuffed at the 31.
You can see we're having a difficult time, Pat, moving their front 4 there. It said, you look across the board there. I'm looking at Boyd Becker, 6 foot 245. Josiah Wayne, 5'11", 210. So all these guys are all short, stocky, and strong.
Empty the backfield on 3rd 9 from the Bedford 31. Billett looks left, goes back right. Flush from the pocket, works left, nowhere to go, still on his feet. And he's going to have to take the sack back to the Bedford 45-yard line.
Yeah, well-disciplined pass rush by the Bedford front 4. No blitz. They dropped 4 underneath and 3 deep in that situation. All the Bedford defenders stayed in their lane to not allow Billett a chance to run anywhere, and just gradually pushed the Bison O-line back where Billett had nowhere to go.
So Grayson Graves back on to punt it back to the Bedford Bisons on 4th down from the Bedford 45-yard line. Down to 2 minutes left to go in this Mabel's Pizza first quarter. We're scoreless on the hill. Graves, a nice snap from Klein. Graves off the right side of his foot. It's going to take a Bison bounce, and it'll trickle back at the 21-yard line, and that's where Bedford will come out on their 3rd offensive series of tonight's ball game.
Yeah, sort of like a chess match going right now, Pat. Who's going? The key is turnovers. Clearfield was able to pick off, Bedford on that first series and thwarted their first drive. So it's going to be the turnovers are really going to make the difference tonight.
So 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line of Bedford. Under center is Mercury Swain. Motion man from right to left, back to pass.
Wide open.
Up between the hashes, and the pass caught by Gregory Edwards for Bedford, and they cross midfield at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, not only was Edwards wide open going down the middle of the field, it's a good thing he didn't throw to number 7, Spencer Eversole, going down the right side. No one on him, so Clearfield beat deep in 2 places on that play-action pass.
So move the sticks for the Bedford Bisons. 1st and 10 from the Clearfield Bison 45-yard line. 1:40 to go, Mabel's Pizza first quarter. We're scoreless. Wings, it's tight. It's tight out there tonight, Campy. Back to pass, rolling to his right. Is Swain, he's going for it all again. It's a high moon ball. A jump ball caught in and out of the hands, but out of bounds, incomplete. Feransky with defense on the play.
Yeah, I thought the first pass that Swain threw tonight, was a moon ball. Maybe that's how he throws all of his deep passes. If he wants to hit him in stride, though, he's going to have to throw the ball a lot sooner because every one's going to lead to a jump ball. Like you said, Clearfield, Bedford running a tight formation. Clearfield putting all 11 men tight up along the line of scrimmage, they're running like there's a 6-man front right now, Pat. The old 4-4.
That's your old defense, Campy.
Yep.
126 after the incomplete. They'll widen things out. It looks like twins to both sides. Swaim under center. The lone back looks like Wrestler. Takes the snap, and they'll give it to Wrestler. Straight up the gut. And Clearfield will hold for minimal yardage here. Actually, that looked like Trenton Price. Trenton Price with the carry there instead of Stephen Wrestler.
It was number 9 there, Trenton Price. But again, that was the first time they gave the fullback on the dive there, and Clearfield had it jammed up. Right now, the interior of the Bisons are holding their own against the Bedford interior line.
Half-yard gain on the play to bring up 3rd and 9 as we're under a minute in Miss Mabel's Pizza first quarter. Scoreless, Bedford with the ball. Back to pass, rolling to his right. Swaim on the quick out, right side has a receiver in the likes of Ethan Weber. Weber comes into the nice ball game with 2 touchdowns on 2 catches. Give him a 3rd catch for the season.
Yeah, they just ran the outside guy off, and he was the inside receiver running it down and out and wide open in the flat.
Bedford offensively, passing-wise, 1,087 yards, 155 yards through the air per game. Fresh set of downs from the Clearfield 33-yard line. Under center is Swaim, and he'll roll to his left. Steps back, corks one, goes to the end zone, and it is caught.
Wow, what a catch. What a catch by the Bedford receiver there.
Is that Price?
Yeah, quite a throw there by McQueen. I mean, he's rolling to his left. He stops on about the 35-yard line and hits him in the back corner of the end zone on that deep flag right there. So, you know, where the other ball has been hanging up in the air, he really put that ball right on the numbers. Not bad coverage by the Bisons, but a perfect throw, you know, by the Bedford quarterback.
That is Swaim to Stephen Wrestler, their number 1 receiver. 31 catches for 496 yards, 6 touchdowns, make it 7 now.
That helps. They missed the extra point there, Pat, wide left.
Point after no good. We got under a minute to go in this Mabel's Pizza first quarter, but the Bedford Bison have struck first. It's 6-0 on the hill. This is Bison football on Passport Radio. Without a break.
Yeah, that was pretty long. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's our first break.
Yeah, first break, because it's just been back and forth, punch.
And so, Battle of Bison football fans, the Bedford Bisons have struck first. Mercury Swaim to Stephen Wrestler. The point after fails. It can't be sooner or later. You got to figure the Bedford Bison were figuring one of those moon balls we're gonna.
Well, that time he actually really didn't moon. He just threw a perfect pass there. You know, Bedford does have as many skilled kids as what Clearfield has, so it's a great matchup tonight.
Place kicker and Hayden Snavely will kick off, and it will trickle out of bounds at the 5-yard line. And we'll see if Clearfield will elect to take it at the 35 or look for another kick.
I used to always like to have the other team re-kick Pat there, but I mean, again, he does kick the ball pretty deep there, so you know, probably after the first kickoff return where he barely got to the 20-yard line, probably better off taking it on the 40-35 yard line.
40-35. On their 4th offensive series of tonight's ball game. The first 3 offensive tries at it have resulted in punts, and we'll see if Clearfield can get something going to answer back to this 6-0 deficit. Just under 40 seconds left to go in this Mabel's Pizza first quarter. Clearfield with 2 wideouts to the left, ball in the middle of the hashes. And he'll give it to Mark McGonigal. He'll get the first call of tonight's ball game as he takes it and moves it out to the 40-yard line for a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, good blocking on the right side for the Bison O line, and McGonigal running hard to pick up 5. Mabel's Pizza, the Ohio's place to get a piece since 1967. Call 765-1673. And now, no need to feel the heat inside with their new pickup window. Mabel's, well worth their wait, open Thursday through Sunday. So we get a playoff here, Pat, before the end of the quarter to see what happens there.
OB taking a look at it, 7 seconds. Motion man is Alban. And OB back to pass. Out to the left flat, Jose Alban with the pass. It catch right near the front stick. We got double zeros on the CMB scoreboard clock.
Yeah, the Alban really got lit up there, Pat. Lezer ran the deep fly on the sideline, and Bedford was running stride for stride with him. So Oliver went to his short route, Alban going to the flat, and well timed by the linebacker since he caught it, really laid him out.
Well, we're going to see if they're going to give us a first down. But more importantly, we've played one. Battle of Bison football fans. That's the end of the Mabel's Pizza first quarter. Bedford out in front 6-0. Hey, Coach, it's that time. Where are they at? 45.
They're giving them the first down.
Well, Pat, tonight I'm going to focus on opponents of Clearfield in playoff football. Besides Larry Johnson, who led the NFL in rushing, I mean, he was obviously the best player the Bisons ever faced in the postseason. A couple other people stood out. In 1994, when the Bisons were led by Chad Crowell in his super year, we played Erie East, and they had a player that the week before we scattered played linebacker, had like 15 tackles and a pick. The week before that, we saw him on film play defensive tackle and had a couple of picks and 15 tackles and a couple sacks. In that game we played them, he guarded West Alm at the corner position, so he played 3 positions in 3 weeks. Who was this fabulous athlete from Erie East?
That's a good question, Campy. As Clearfield starts this Lezer Lumber second quarter with a JD Plumbing and Heating first down from our own 45. OB trying to hook up deep, incomplete, and nearly picked off by Bedford.
Yeah, we're throwing into the wind a little bit here now. Now I can understand where where McSwain and his balls were hanging up in the air. That ball got up in the air and sort of fluttered on Oliver a little bit.
We'll get back to that BTT in a second. 2nd and 10 from the 45. We got Jason Plubel to the right. Billet with the stop pass out to Jake Lezer. Has a blocker and Nick Domico, and Lezer will fight his way for another JD Plumbing and Heating first down as he crosses midfield and makes his way down to the Bedford 45-yard line.
Yeah, just a 2-man screen right there. Lezer steps back, throwing the ball, and Domico on the inside kicks out on the corner. Did a great job of blocking right there to clear the way for Jake to pick up that first down. So Clearfield in 4-down territory now on the Bedford 40.
Jake comes in with 27 catches for 511 yards, 4 touchdowns. We need to have him hit pay dirt tonight. Just underway in this Lezer Lumber second quarter. Billet back to pass, left side. Lezer, left side, incomplete. Looked like a wrestler there for Bedford with the pass broken up.
Yeah, Clearfield running the 72, both wide receivers run the fly, and the insides run a deep down and out. Bedford had everyone covered well. The corner for Bedford there stayed over top of Jake Lezer, never letting him even get even with him there. So nice play by number 5 wrestler.
So 2nd and 10 after the incomplete. Ball on the 41-yard line. Motion man is Jose Alban from right to left, and they'll give it to Mark McGonigal. McGonigal here again finds running room to the second level, down close to the 30-yard line where they'll finally whistle it down.
That can really help the Bisons if they can get the running game going. Besides Oliver running the ball there, so McGonigal, running hard, keeping his feet moving, dragging people, picks up 9. So again, Clearfield in a short 3rd and 1. So nice job by the left side of the line, and really nice run by McGonigal.
So a 3rd and 1 from the 32-yard line. And Can't be on this.
Quarterback sneak by Oliver Bill right there. You know, all you see is a mass of humanity, but he bounces to the outside and able to pick up positive yards.
All right, we're off.
We're not even on. Eh?
Nope.
Technical difficulties.
There we go. We're back. I don't know what happened. How many? What did we miss? My phone was in my pocket. In 2 minutes. All right, so at least they saw it online. Who's that?
Bedford took the ball right away. McGonigal running hard, Pat, up the middle. Bedford, the tackler from Bedford, one of their secondary guys, just rammed the ball right out of McGonigal's hands, you know, and so you couldn't even see the fumble. You just took it right away from him.
All right, so we understand we were having technical difficulties. Apologize, lost airtime there, but on the takeaway, Bedford back with the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 18-yard line.
Clearfield putting on a good drive there, Pat, and you know, just the defensive back just took the ball right away from Mark McGonigal running inside the 15-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the 18. Bedford puts it on the carpet. And
Clearfield picks it up.
Logan Kowalski. And Kowalski down to the 10-yard line, and just like that, the football gods give it, and the football gods take it.
That's right. Tossed Ebersol right there. The ball was low. He wasn't able to, you know, make the catch, and then kicked it forward. And Faransky, man on the spot right there, picks it up and puts the Bisons basically 1st and goal on the 10.5 yard line.
Inside 11-yard line, Campy, inside the Action Graphics red zone. See if Clearfield can convert and put points on the scoreboard on this 5th offensive series. IB, Ian Billett in motion, and they'll give it to McGonigal. Right back at him, sidesteps the tackle and makes his way down to inside the 10.
Yeah, nice footwork by McGonigal there. Danced, like you said, to bounce it to the outside. Then got north and south to pick up, you know, about 3 yards. So a nice 1st down carry by McGonigal. This is the Lesser Lumber 2nd quarter. Lesser Lumber, family owned and operated since 1927.
And Campy, Bedford scored first. They missed the point after, 6-0 Clearfield. After they fumbled the ball or strip fumbled away, took it right back on the Faransky fumble recovery. And now 2nd and 7 from the 8.
Good hole for, yeah, good hole for Bluebell there.
And Bluebell makes his way. He's still on his feet. And we got a rugby scrum.
Boy, that's going to be really close, Pat. I mean, hey, if the whistle didn't blow, I thought he got in the end zone there.
They're going to mark him down at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, nice job by Bluebell keeping his feet moving. And then the Bison line got behind him and started pushing. Like you said, the old scrum going there. Thought they were going to be able to push him right in the end zone.
Do you smell root hog here, Campy?
I would have to say if we see OB under center, I would have to bet my house on it, Pat. Bet my house before a loss, so I don't want to try.
That's a good call. OB didn't like what he saw. He got timeout. We'll take a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Bloom Electric Heating, Plumbing, and Air Conditioning. Fall's coming. Winter's on the way. Time to check that furnace or heat pump. When you call, they get moving. Bloom Electric at 765-3140. This is Bison Football on Passport Radio.
They can still get a 1st down.
All right. Can we put this up?
I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
Just lost a little bit of the wind.
It's 6-pack and a dozen
Sorry about
wings.
that. I walked over to my car, and I knew it. I said, you watch. It's going to go off when I get over there.
Hey, 6-pack and a dozen wings while you're up.
What's that mic? How'd they score?
33 yards.
Coming back after the Clearfield timeout, we say thank you to Wise Eyes Optical for tonight's pregame, as well as Denny's Beer Barrel Pub for tonight's kickoff. And OB will survey up under center. The big push. OB left side.
Spins off. He's in. Touchdown,
Clearfield.
Yeah, OB goes over left side, nothing there, and spun out, did a 360 and spun to the outside, able then to lean in, take his big body into the end zone. So Clearfield, if they make the extra point, takes the lead.
This extra point brought to you by Benner Automotive Sales and Service, now selling quality pre-owned vehicles, specializing in Jeeps. Grayson Graves to kick it into the school end zone from Carson Klein to Nick Domico to Graves' right foot, and Clearfield at the 9:02 mark of this Leslie Lumber second quarter. 1 point better than the visiting Bedford Bisons in this, the District 5-9 sub-regional. This is Bison Football on Passport Radio. 11-yard.
3 for 11.
Yes. All right, Battle of Bison football fans. Well, after both set of Bisons traded fumbles, Clearfield on 3 plays from 11 yards out. OB goes in from 1 yard out via the pirouette, and Grayson Graves tacks on the point after. And Clearfield with a 1 point lead over the Bedford Bison with 9:02 left to go in this Leslie Lumber second quarter. Graves kicks off, taken at the 10-yard line, out to the 30, but we got markers down behind the play.
Yeah, normally where that flag's down, it's going to be a holding call against Bedford there, Pat. Nice kick by Graves, pinning Bedford against the sideline, and I think we're going to take them back inside the 10-yard line.
What's holding? 10.
So 7-6 here on the hill on this District 5-9 sub-regional final.
I told you, Pat, I don't want to say, I said it, but, it's going to be turnovers, okay? These conditions are going to create it. Clearfield's, had a bad turnover there, but came right back and got their own turnover and really put themselves in position for the score. So Bedford needs to be careful with the ball deep in their own end.
It looks like the ball's situated on the 9-yard line as Bedford will come out.
Got to feel Swaim's going to keep the ball in his hands here.
Wins to both sides. Mercury Swaim under center. Motion man from right to left. Swaim on the slant. Passing catch out across the 25-yard line. Decent coverage there.
Yeah, he split the corner. And, Klein and Crutchfield playing the safety position right there. And then that quick slant. They don't make that tackle, Pat. He's off to the races. That was very close to being a big play.
That was Wrestler with the catch.
Yeah, he's got some speed. I can see he's got some wheels on him.
They move the change for Bedford out to their own 27. Tight formation again with wings to both sides. And Swaim under center. Back to pass. Under pressure. He slips the sack and rolls out towards right. And Clearfield had hats to the ball, but Swaim able to nearly pick up a first down after that ramble to the right side.
Well, Clearfield brought pressure. They want to take away the run by Swaim. Okay, so they have the line of scrimmage crowded, playing man-to-man on all the receivers there, and they were able to get free and get to Swaim, but he was, as a good athlete he is, spun out, was able to pick up some yards.
So 2nd and 6. Looks like he picked up more than that. Only 4 on a play. He's under center again is Mercury Swaim. They'll fake the dive and back to pass going long.
Wide open.
And Wrestler behind coverage. The basket catch. And Stephen Wrestler for Bedford will go 69 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, wind changed here, Pat. Wind behind Swaim. He probably threw that ball 60 yards in the air with the aid of the wind, and like I just said, Wrestler has as much speed or more speed than anybody we have. Blew by the man-to-man defense by the Bisons there, and the Bisons with everybody up in the line of scrimmage didn't get pressure on Swaim there, and I said that one-on-one is going to be tough coverage Okay, with Bedford speed going down the field.
So Bedford will try for the 2-point conversion. They're up 12-7. And they'll split wide twins to both sides. Mercury Swaim out of the shotgun formation, calls for the snap, looks left, breaks his hands, goes left again, and the pass too strong and long, incomplete. The 2-point conversion fails. It's 12-7. This is Bison football on Passport Radio.
With 8:08 left in the second quarter, Bedford 12, Clearfield 7.
Yeah, we were just in a little bit of a fixed pat there. We got everybody in the line of scrimmage to stop Swaim from running, but we're going to lead one-on-one on all the receivers.
Yeah, they're just...
And they got speed, okay?
They do.
So, I mean, you know...
Yeah, they definitely, their skill guys are
they're faster than ours, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, they do got some wheels.
I think you're right.
But I said you got to get to the quarterback.
Yeah, we had a hatch to the ball
Right,
there on that first.
You're correct. You got to get to the quarterback when you got everybody up there.
12-7 after the Mercury Swaim to Stephen Rustler. Touchdown completion, 69 yards. Ween, we have that correct. The 2-point conversion failed on the high pass, and Bedford has recaptured this lead in this District 5-9 sub-regional final here on the Hill tonight in Hyde City. 8:08 left to go in this Lesser Lumber second quarter. Don't forget, gang, coming up at the half, we will have the Irwin Service Station halftime. Bobby bet on it, courtesy of Kerr Cattle Company, along with stats at the half with C. Wayne Wood, courtesy of Walter Hopkins and Company. And this staggered kickoff. Deep kickoff fielded at the 3.5. That looks like Faransky again, sets up his blocks down the left sideline, just out the left hash, and a flag comes down deep.
You got to feel same thing on special teams there. You know, there's got to be another hold there against the Bisons.
So a marker deep.
Go ahead there, Pat.
Yeah, Faransky takes it out to the 28.
Yeah, we were talking while we were off the air there. I mean, Clearfield trying to take away Swaim's running ability by crowding the line of scrimmage and, you know, and basically blitzing. And they are doing that, but at the same time, you're putting stress on the Bison defensive backs, putting them all in one-on-one situation. If you don't get to the quarterback, they're probably going to run by some of our Bison D backs, but they do have some speed. And that last touchdown, you know, they didn't get to Swaim, and he was able to lay it up long and allow Wrestler to use his speed.
So the penalty will be marched off against the Bison, back to our own 10-yard line. 1st and 10 on our 6th offensive series of tonight's ball game, trailing 12-7. Back to passes, Oliver Bellick. Back foot on the end zone, and Jake Lesnar with a jump ball, comes back to it, catches it at the 35. And we get out of the shadow of our own end zone on that OB to Jake Lesnar. Pass and catch.
Right, we're in this little man cave that Bobby bet on built for us here tonight, Pat, and we don't feel that breeze, but I'm looking at that flag down there, and it's really whipping. You know, Oliver went to throw the ball deep to Jake Lesnar, and that ball just turned into a flutter ball, and Jake, you know, realized he was able to fight back and make the catch, so ended up being actually a very good pass.
Jandy Plumbing and Heating first down from our own 35. They'll give it to Mark McGonigal. Left side has a crease out close to the 40. Picks up about 4 or 5. Second down.
The other Mark, getting the ball ripped away from him by one of their D backs, has really ran well here so far tonight. You know, giving Clearfield another runner besides OB to pick up some positive yards. Lesser Lumber, family owned and operated since 1927. Please visit Lesser Lumber.
2nd and 6 after a pickup of 4 from our own 39. Lesnar and Klein split wide to the right, ball in the middle of the hash. It looks like Bluebell to the left. In motion by Ian Billett, and OB will pick his way for another J.D. Plumbing and Heating first down. This is a yard shy of the midfield strike.
Yeah, I mean, Clearfield went actually a trips formation, Pat, to the right there, which sort of forced Bedford to bump a linebacker out of there. And then they ran the motion and faked the jet sweep, but with that linebacker out of there with that original trips, that allowed a hole for Billett up the middle after the fake.
Zima Bill Jones, listening out along with his wife Lori out on the knobs tonight at Fernwood. He always says, "Go Big Red forever, Bisons."
There you go.
No doubt about that. From the 48. Clearfield, McGonigal crosses midfield. Left side picks up a few.
I do like how the Bison O-line has been last couple series is getting a push against the Bedford line there, and that's put yourself in about again 4 down territory. So like how the Bison O-line is giving a push there.
So another 4-yard gain from Bismarcky Mark. 2nd and 6 from the 48 of Bedford.
He looks like he's got the hot hand tonight. He's definitely finding some creases in there.
5:43 left to go in this Lesser Lumber second quarter. Clearfield trails 12-7. We got the ball on the Bedford 48. Motion man is Lesser. Work Penn State motion from left to right, and they'll give it. And the 2-back set to McGonigal. Looked like this. It can't be. Was that an ISO?
That was the old ISO. I mean, Clearfield under center, I formation. The fullback leads through the hole to take on the linebacker. Good blocking by the Bison line. Good lead by the fullback there. Looking to see who it was there. I want to say.
I think it was Jose Albon leading up through.
He did a nice job there, and I said just the old-fashioned ISO. And the power went right at him.
J.D. Plumbing and Heating first down, puts the ball on the 39-yard line of Bedford. Clearfield trying to score to the school end zone. OB calls for the shotgun snap, sets up the counter steps by Bluebells. Right side finds it, hard-fought yard.
Yeah, I mean, Bluebell got spun around, I'd almost like to see the replay, but I don't know if he did actually touch a knee there, but they blew the whistle. So that time Bedford, held their ground against the Bison O-line, nowhere for Bluebell to go.
So clock continues to roll in this Lesser Lumber second quarter, 4 minutes and change until the half. Clearfield trails 12-7.
Yeah, we got to find another receiver to get open side. They're definitely covering Lesser well, so we got to find another receiver here.
2nd and 9 from the 38. McGonigal now slips 2 tackles and will fight for every inch that he got there. It brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, Josiah Wayne, defensive tackle, got in the backfield, got a hold of McGonigal as soon as he touched the ball. Mark did a nice job of shrugging him off, but that allowed the rest of the Bedford defenders to get to the ball.
Okay, Campy, 3rd and 9 from the 38. Let's watch where Nick D'Amico lines up.
I was just going to say, I got a feel you have to go to Nick D'Amico here. Okay, somewhere on the inside of the middle of the field.
Kind of coverage is Bedford off. We got
well,
trips to the wide side.
Tight end. It could be a tight end delay here, Pat.
Yep, Nick over here to the right side, and Nick's going to release. OB looking for him. Still, OB runs out of time and runs out of rim as he'll be taken down at the 45-yard line.
We were looking for D'Amico for that ball, so Clearfield was looking to hit D'Amico on about a 15-yard down and out, and Bedford knew it was coming. It seemed like they had everything covered. Oliver then looked back to the backside and know where to go. It's probably putting Clearfield in a punting situation.
Yeah, Grayson Gray's out there against the wind. See if Graves tries to hang this with a high hanging punt.
I said we're kicking into the breeze has stopped a little bit, so snap it right now while the wind's not blowing.
Wrestler back around the 15-yard line for Bedford. Graves steps into it, gets it away, end over end. Wrestler wants no part of that. Did it touch a Bedford Bison? I think it did. I think it grazed off a Bedford Bison. Nope, they're going to call it.
He was real close, Pat. I got to feel that coach is going to be pulling him aside and saying, hey, what are you doing? Very important 2.5 minutes here, Pat. I mean, Clearfield needs to be down 12-7 right now going in the half or create a turnover. They can't allow Bedford to have any momentum going into halftime.
So Bedford 1st and 10 after the Grayson Graves punt, puts it down at the 16-yard line. Swain, Mercury Swain, one of the coolest names that we've called in recent years.
Clearfield crowding the line of scrimmage again, Pat.
They got trips there to the wide side, the right side. They'll give a pitch to Wrestler, and he's got runners. He's got blockers and runners, and Wrestler quickly out across the 30-yard line for the Bedford Bison.
Yeah, that Wrestler kid looks like the fastest kid on the field tonight, Pat. I mean, got that toss. We know Francie can run. He was able to gain the leverage on to the outside there and pick up the first down to get out of bounds and stop the clock, which is big for Bedford.
So first and 10 for the Bedford Bison from their own 30-yard line. 2.5 to go in this Lesser Lumber second quarter till the break. Wideouts to both sides, looks like twins. Motion man from right to left, and it'll be Mercury Swaim. Sets his feet back to pass, going deep again. And behind coverage was the intended receiver. The pass a little short.
That looked like Ebersol right there, I want to say, Pat. But I said again, Clearfield in that man-to-man coverage, and they're playing fairly tight to the line of scrimmage, and Bedford able to run by the Bison secondary more often. I think Clearfield would like to see it happen.
Yeah, but we have a marker down there.
I didn't see anything.
No flag.
Initially, I thought there was a flag down.
Right.
But the ball set at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, we got lucky there, Pat, that Swaim underthrew him because he definitely had him beat deep.
So it should bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 30. The clock stopped on the incomplete pass, 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Tight formation again with trips here to the left side ball in the right hash. Swaim under center. Motion man in orbit motion from left to right. They'll give it the orbit pitch. And it's going to be Spencer Ebersol will be nudged out of bounds by Oliver Billett with help from Faransky.
Yeah, Clearfield, I said man-to-man there, that motion went, the guy went, I want to say Faransky went with him there. But, Clearfield, he was able to contain that play and not let Ebersol get to the perimeter like the rest of the first play.
Ebersol picks up 4, 3rd and 6 from their own 34. Clock is stopped at 2:20. Under center is Swaim on 3rd down. Tight, right with double wings.
Second time that's happened in the game, Pat. Voice inflection by the Bedford quarterback going on a different count than what they've been normally going on. Able to get about 3 Bisons to bite and jump offside there.
Hard bark count will give the Bedford Bisons 5 free yards. They're going to still be shy of the line of the game by a yard, 3rd and 1 from their own 39. Tight trips to the right. Under center is Swaim. He'll fake the dive, keeping himself out across the 40. It appears.
He didn't get much, but I think he didn't have to go very far to get the first down. So he did pick it up.
Picks up 2 on the play. They'll move the chains.
Lesser Lumber, family-owned, operated since 1927. Visit Lesser Lumber.
So 1st and 10 from the 42. 2 minutes on the CMB scoreboard. Bedford up 12-7. Shotgun snap. Twins to both sides. Swaim will fake, keeping himself. Has running room, crosses midfield. Will dive forward to the 46. Look for another
little quarterback draw there, Pat, to pick up the first down. And again, Swaim dangerous on every play with the ball in his hand.
So another fresh set of downs for the Bedford Bison as this clock rolls in this Lesser Lumber second quarter. From the 46-yard line, they'll work out of the gun again with twins to both sides. Wrestler to the right of Swaim. Swaim will keep it himself and has running room to the second level. Oliver Billett will meet him at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, if I was Bedford, I may take a timeout right now while they're in a hurry-up mode here. Instead of 3 timeouts, you don't want to go in a half, not using them.
Elijah Cook, the running back now for the Bedford Bison. He has 47 carries for 215 yards and 5 touchdowns. He'll be to the right of Swaim. With twins to both sides, Swaim looks left. Has Wrestler. Wrestler has the line to gain. Will be ushered out of bounds by Jake Lezer at about the 33-yard line.
Yeah, Clearfield went zone coverage there and backed off a little bit. Bedford just sat down with a little 5-yard, out right there, pick up the first down and to get out of bounds.
So the clock stops under a minute, a half a second under a minute here on the hill.
Every play on the table here for Bedford there because they had 3 timeouts, so they can run the ball here, they can throw the ball down the middle field. It really doesn't matter what call they make.
1st and 10 from the 33. Mercury Swaim will go under center. Wideouts to both sides from the 33. Rolling to his right off his back foot. And the pass will be incomplete. Partially deflected there by Ian Billett for Clearfield.
Yeah, nice break by Ian Billett there on the down and out by Edwards there for Bedford. He went about 15 yards down the field, ran to come back out, and nice job by Billett breaking on the ball. He, I think, got a hand on it there. Okay, to put them in a 2nd and 10 with 54 seconds to go.
2nd and 10 after the incomplete from the 33-yard line of Clearfield. Out of the gun is Swain. Motion man is Wrestler. Looking to his right, at the right flat, and a nice break on the ball and tackle. His Wrestler from Lezer will keep that pass and catch to minimal.
Yeah, they got to take a time out here.
Clock is rolling.
They are not. That's good for Clearfield. They are using. They definitely wasted about 10 seconds there before he took the time out.
So Bedford takes a timeout with 34.9 seconds left to go. They're up 12-7. We'll take a timeout. This is Bison Football on Passport Radio. All right, Campy Wayne, ball located on the right hash, 30-yard line of Clearfield. 34 seconds on the CMB scoreboard. 3rd and it looks like 3rd and 7. 4-down territory, Camp, for the Bedford Bison.
Yeah, 4-down territory. Again, Clearfield going zone the last couple plays, which allows, gives Swain more time, but not allowing Bedford to go deep on the Bison.
Looks like they're in loose man coverage now, as Swain will keep it himself. And somehow he's still on his feet, gets to the 2nd level, down to the 10-yard line. I thought the Clearfield Bison defense had him stuffed at the line.
Yeah, how Swain got out of that, I have no idea. He took a big hit, bounced off of it, and broke to the outside. Now, 26 seconds ago, Bedford still has with one timeout, on the 10-yard line, so they'll have the ability to have 3 plays, Pat, and still be able to kick the field goal if they get nothing on the 3 plays.
They haven't kicked the field goal.
The dilemma,
all year.
Pat, here's what I'm looking at. See, the last 4 plays they've gone zone, so they don't have the line of scrimmage crowded, and that's how you stop Swain, by crowding the line of scrimmage. Well, what did Bedford do? Run Swain there, okay, the last couple plays, because they got the numbers aren't there.
So the ball on the right hash, setting right on the 10-yard line. 26 seconds on the scoreboard clock. After this timeout, Bedford with 1 remaining. It's 1st and goal from the 10, so they'll have 4 cracks at this as they come out and break the timeout huddle. Ball on the right hash, they'll split wide outs to the wide side in a twins formation. Is that a tight end there, tight, Campy?
No, double slot there, Pat. Double slot. Now the motion and trips left here.
And Swain will keep it himself, right side with running room, and he'll steamroll his way into the end zone. And that's not what Clearfield wanted as in the waning seconds of this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, they weren't in zone. They were man off that time and had a safety in the middle of the field, but they've had that safety down in the box, not being free to be able to stop Swain. And got to give Bedford credit, recognizing Clearfield loosening up a little bit on this series. Really kept the ball in Swain's hand, let him, show what kind of runner he is.
So Lizzie March will attempt the point after, 29-31. Off again.
We've never had point after's good. Point after's good.
How many?
How much you lose?
You're on.
Yeah, we're a commercial.
Oh, okay.
Who kicked
How
the
much?
extra point? Who's the kicker?
Did drive home, Danny. Did we miss the touchdown? Okay.
Yeah, we probably did.
I don't know if it's cold weather or what exactly the.
Gonna have to switch to Dish TV.
12 play, 84 yards if you're interested.
And we apologize once again. I don't know if it's cold weather, can't be Ween, but we lost radio contact once again. I don't know if we missed the Swaim touchdown there and the point after. But,
yeah, if we did, Pat, I mean, it said Clearfield, you know, not crying the box there in the last couple of plays, and Swaim then running the ball, not having an extra defender, and they're able to make a couple good runs and get in the end zone.
Franski takes the kickoff at the 6-yard line, out across the 25 to about the 29 with 14 seconds left. We'll see what the Bisons do on their 7th offensive series of the first half, trailing 19-7.
Yeah, Clearfield right now offensively just not able to pick up any big plays, Pat. I mean, if we get a 5-yard run, that's about as far as we've had so far. And, you know, we've really not been able to throw the ball deep down the field, hit a couple short passes, but anything if we need some big plays. And I said right now Bedford is stymieing the Bisons. Okay, they'll give them short stuff, but nothing long.
So Clearfield breaks the huddle, 1st and 10 from our own 27. McGonigal to the right of Oliver Billett. Lezer split wide to the right, and they'll give it to McGonigal. Find some running room there. For about 4 or 5, and that's going to be it, gang. All right, Battle of Bison football fans, that's the end of the Lezer Lumber second quarter. We go to the half on the hill in this District 5-9 sub-regional final with the score. The Bedford Bisons 19, the Clearfield Bisons 7. The Irwin Service Station halftime is next on Passport Radio, 98.5 and 900.
So you're going to cut. Yeah, just cut that.
Yeah, go 2, please.
Cut that mic for now. Oh, you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, just switch it.
19-7.
I mean, with no band, I guess
they missed an extra point and they went for 2, missed the 2-point conversion.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be talking. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, it's still a hot mic.
7. All right, Bobby, bet on it.
It's still hot.
I'm gonna hit that at halftime. This first half went by so fast. That takes about 30 seconds to work through. So. Nope, not yet.
That's unbelievable.
And welcome back, Battle of Bison football fans. It's the R1 Service Station halftime. Our score on the hill this evening in this District 5-9 sub-regional final. It's Bedford Bison 19, Clearfield Bison 7. And now kicking off the R1 Service Station halftime, it's Bobby Bet on It.
Hey, thanks, Planet. A special thanks to this year's sponsor, Kirk Cattle Company, where you can get locally raised, high-quality Angus beef steaks, roast burgers, hot dogs, and more. Well, Planet, I was so excited about last week, and Penn State coming on right after the big win of Clearfield over St. Mary's. Got home there to watch the second half, and you know what? I should have kept an eye on that clock, is what I should have done. I could have got there earlier, but I didn't keep an eye on the clock, and Penn State loses to Indiana. You know, you can say what you want about the defense, the offense, whatever, but it comes down to Penn State was winning that game 21-20. Had the ball on the Indiana about 12-yard line. They could have ran 3 plays. They could have left the ball in Indiana's hands with 15 seconds left to go, 75 yards, and still kick a field goal. So it was clock management. I'm telling you, somebody's got to learn some math over there. But anyway, they take on the Buckeyes this week over in Beaver Stadium, the home opener for the Bison. No whiteout, although I can imagine the cardboard cutouts will have white on for some reason. I give Penn State a 25% chance to win this game. I don't think they're that bad. I think they're going to bounce back. They're going to have something for Ohio State. Ohio State brings back a lot of players, but they lost a lot of their key ones. But Justin Fields, the quarterback, they're going to have to keep an eye on him. But if you look around, I mean, they're good. Don't take it the wrong way. They're really, really good. But they lost J.K. Dobbins. They lost one of their wide receivers, and they lost a couple of defensive guys. So I think Ohio State may pull this one off, but they still give Penn State a shot to win. The Steelers, 6-0 atop the power rankings. How about that? That's the first time in a long time. Number 1 in the power rankings, undefeated, 6-0. But you know what? They got the Ravens this week. Can they control Lamar Jackson? It might be tough without Devin Bush. So we'll have to see what happens there. I think the Steelers, as I was listening to a radio broadcast today, a lot of money coming in on the Steelers. So there's still a lot of Steeler believers out there. Back to baseball. Let's look at this. The Dodgers win the World Series. Can you believe it? It's been 32 years since the Dodgers won the World Series. And, that was back in 1988. The Oakland A's, that's who they played back then. They were heavily favored. But the Dodgers had Kirk Gibson, whose legs were so injured, he couldn't even come off the bench for Game 1 introductions. But the bottom of the ninth, 2 out, 1 on, he pinch hit in his lone at bat in that series. And what happened? Well, most of us, my age anyway, knows he hit a dinger off one of the best relievers, Dennis Eckersley, to win the game. The Dodgers went on to become the world champs in 5 games, and they were underdogs in every series in that week. But we got ourselves a heck of a ball game up here at the BSC. That's it for this week. This is Bobby Bet On It, and you can bet on Kerr Cattle Company to bring you the best in steaks, roasts, burgers, hot dogs, jerky, snacks, sticks, and more. Visit Kerr Cattle Company on Clover Hill Road in Clearfield, Friday 4:30 to 7, and Saturday 10 to 2, or call 592-7412. Back to you, Planet.
All right, there you have it. Bobby Bet On It, courtesy of Kerr Cattle Company. Back with more of the Air One Service Station halftime in a moment. This is Bison Football on Passport Radio. Doot. I dropped my pen. I'm going to have to leave right after.
Can you hear me?
I got you, Wayne.
Where'd it go?
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yes, sir.
My hands are freezing.
Are they?
Oh. How long we got here, Planet?
About 30 seconds.
All righty.
We on after this? We can have to. Yeah, let's go. No, right after this. We gotta run. And welcome back. It's the Irwin Service Station halftime where our Bisons are trailing the Bedford Bisons 19-7. Time now for the Walter Hopkins and Company stats at the half with C. Wayne Wood.
Okay, Planet, here we are. We've got a barn burner going on up here at the complex with the Bedford Bisons leading our Clearfield Bisons by the score of 19-7 at the half. Bedford got the scoring started in the first quarter with only 40 seconds to go. Mercury Swain found Steve Ressler on a 33-yard touchdown pass, completing a 5-play, 79-yard drive. The point after was no good, and the Bedford Bisons had a 6-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. The Bisons answered in the second quarter with 9:02 remaining. Oliver Billett scored on a 2-yard run. Grayson Graves tacked on the point after, and the Bisons had a 7-6 lead. That score was a 3-play, 11-yard drive as Clearfield turned the ball over with a fumble, and on the first play, Bedford gave it right back, so the Bisons picked up good field position. However, the Bedford Bison answered that touchdown with 8:08 remaining on a 3-play, 99-yard drive as Mercury Swain again found Steve Ressler on a 69-yard touchdown pass. The 2-point conversion was no good, and the Bedford Bison had a 12-7 lead. And then with 20 seconds remaining in the half, Mercury Swain scored on a 10-yard run, completing a 12-play, 84-yard time-consuming drive. Snavely tacked on the point after, and we have our halftime score set at 19-7. For the Bedford Bisons, they had 11 first downs in the first half, 4 running, 6 passing, and 1 via the penalty. They rushed the ball 13 times for 85 yards as quarterback Mercury Swain had 9 carries for 65 yards and a touchdown. Swain also completed 7 of 12 passes for 177 yards with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Bedford ran a total of 25 plays in that half with a total of 262 yards. They fumbled the ball once and lost it. They punted the ball 1 time for 13 yards, and they had 2 penalties for 20. Now for Clearfield Bisons, they had 8 first downs in the first half, 3 via the run, 4 passing, and 1 via the penalty. They rushed the ball 23 times for 58 yards. They were led by junior Mark McGonigal, who had 8 carries for 37 yards. Oliver Billett chipped in 11 yards on 11 carries with 1 touchdown. OB completed 5 of 9 passes for 57 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Bisons ran 32 plays in the half for a total of 115 yards. They lost the ball once by a fumble, punted the ball 4 times for 118 yards for a 29.5-yard average, penalized 3 times for 20 yards. So that sets the tone here at the half. Again, on our Walter Hopkins stats at the half, Bedford leads the Clearfield Bison 19-7. So we'll send it back to Bobby Benn on it, or is it my man Logan Kramer? I can't see under the mask, so here we go.
Hey, thanks, Wiener. That was Stats at the Half, brought to you by Walter Hopkins and Company. As the Irwin Service Station halftime continues after these messages on Passport Radio.
I'm not so sure they got any of that. Was that off?
Okay. Getting low battery.
back to normal. Keep my ears warm.
Yeah, it does.
I'm going to walk over to the concession stand. Does anybody want anything?
I'm good. Thank you. We know it. We know it. Continuing on with the Irwin Service Station halftime, the score after 2 quarters of play. Campy Ween is Clearfield trailing the Bedford Bisons 19-7. Campy, what do we got to do to get back into this ball game?
Well, actually, Pat, I went to use the restroom, went into the locker room there, and was able to talk to a couple of Bison coaches there. Again, the dilemma, like we talked about, the stop swing, you got to crowd the line of scrimmage. Okay, you back off, and then you allow him to run, but they have receivers that can hurt us long. Some of the things they're talking about doing is, throwing the ball a little bit more in the middle of the field here in the second half. Not able to beat the Bedford defensive backs long on the perimeter. And obviously we're not, we haven't run the ball real well, so we need to be able to, we got to block a little bit better, Pat. And so they're not discouraged. They think they have a chance here in the second half, but the dilemma is, Swain is just such a hard kid to defend, and it becomes a guessing game there.
And 19-7, Bedford up by 2 scores. It really does become a game of clock management, as Bobby Bedon talked about Penn State's lack thereof last week out in Indiana. For Bedford,
well, clock management, clock management in the sense that Clearfield not getting any big plays, if they got to take a quarter to drive the score, it's you just time going off the clock, and with Swain back there at quarterback, they look like they could run him in most situations for a first down, if they continually run him with the ball there. So it's always this opening drive, Pat, the third quarter. You're really going to define what goes on in the second half.
And Clearfield will kick off to Bedford to start up this third quarter as we look to finish up the end of the Irwin Service Station halftime. Gang, don't forget the Seven Mountains Media Football Trifecta. Of course, the Battle of Bisons on Passport tonight. Tomorrow night, prime time, join Steve Jones and Jack Ham as Penn State looks for national notoriety, taking on number 3, Ohio State. Kickoff at 7:30. Then Sunday, Bill Hillgrove, Tunch Ilkin, and Craig Wolfley will have the call as the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers travel to the one-loss Baltimore Ravens. Pre-game begins right after the Big Moose's Polka Party. That's the happiest show on the radio on Bigfoot Country, 102.1 and 101.3. So Clearfield will kick off to Bedford to start things up in this Bob's Army and Navy third quarter, as we are into the second half of this District 5-9 sub-regional final. In this, really, it can't be just our 6th week of Bison football.
Correct.
On a COVID-abbreviated high school football season.
I mean, obviously an advantage for Bedford having played 7 games with Bison's 5 coming in. But again, but it said we knew. I only got to look at a team in the pregame and realize, they have a nice team. Okay, so. Clearfield's going to have to play a perfect second half, Pat, to make a comeback in this game.
Agreed. And as you look at Bedford, okay, Campy. So we have a couple seconds here before we get ready to get things underway in this third quarter. Bedford and Central Of course, the winner of tonight's ball game between Clearfield and Bedford will take on the winner of Central and Tyrone tomorrow. They play tomorrow, but you got to figure odds-on favorite to come out of that ball game would be the Central.
I would say, you know, and again, you know, we talked about this about Bedford coming in. I mean, they got speed across the board, Pat. We know Wrestler really looks like a game changer for them, but their other kids all have speed. They got decent size, like we said, along the line of scrimmage. You know, they're a well-balanced, you know, football team. When you look at it, I mean, I don't see a weakness. You know, normally Clearfield's very good at finding that weak link and taking advantage of it. I don't see it there.
Solid high school football team in the Bedford Bison. Grayson Graves will kick things off to Bedford. Graves to kick it from right to left as we see it across your radio dial. As Clearfield trails 19-7, and this Bob's Army and Navy third quarter is underway. Line drive kickoff corralled at the 7-yard line on the right side, and the return man out across the 25-yard line.
Man, I think there had to be a hole in that return because I just saw a bunch of people going down to the ground right there. I mean, I'm hearing the fans scream, and I wasn't really focused on the returner, but out of the corner of my eye, I could see everybody going down the ground.
Ethan Weber. Weber looks like he displayed some speed there too for the Bedford Bison.
Right. No, I said they got some speed. There's no doubt about it.
So first and 10 to start things up in this Bob's Army Navy third quarter from their own 27-yard line. Bedford breaks the huddle. Mercury Swaim up under center. Tight trips, ball on the right hash. Tight trips to the left side. Lone back. And they'll roll to the right. Swaim, pressure, and Bill will take it down at the 15-yard line.
Oliver Bill from that defensive end position coming off the corner right there. Clearfield went zone coverage, stayed over top of the Bedford receivers, and Bill coming off the corner able to, grab him by his shirt and throw him down. So big play by OB on the first play of the second half.
And we've been talking about Bedford speed. OB,
explosive. He shot out of a cannon right there.
Second and 19 after the sack by Oliver Billett from the 18-yard line.
He's going to run the ball here. So
he's under center, orbit motion, and the pitch. Out to the right side. Boy, a lot of. I'll tell you what, I thought there was a hole there. Is this guy still on his feet? Fransky will take him down at the 40-yard line. I'm not so sure. Ethan Weber with the carry on the orbit motion toss, but I'm not so sure they didn't get away with a hold there.
I agree on the perimeter, but like you said, where did Weber come from? I mean, I don't remember him getting the ball in the first half, and I mean, he really turned the corner and almost took it to the house there. I mean, normally that toss and sweep doesn't give Clearfield any problems because we got more speed than the other team, but they're able to get to the corner.
Weber working out of one of those wings there. He's on it right now. He'll go in motion again, and they'll give it to fake the dive back, and Swaim will keep himself. OB comes up with the tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Clearfield went to the man-to-man, had everybody up at the line of scrimmage to stop the run. They had numbers on there. Swaim rode the fullback, pulled it out. Clearfield had the fullback played well and had people ready for Swaim.
So no gain on the play. Second and 10 from the 39 at Clearfield.
Okay, widening the slots out on this set here, Pat.
Yeah, they go double twins to both sides. Swaim will work out of the gun, and it looks like Wrestler to his right. Waits for the shotgun snap. Back to pass. Looking left. Flush from the pocket, sets his feet, goes deep, should be intercepted, and it is by Clearfield. And it's going to be Ian Billett, and his first takeaway, and can't be. With that interception, the momentum carried him in the end zone, so they'll mark it at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, nice job. Swaim just lost his mind that play. Clearfield had him contained, and he just wailed up and threw it. He just threw it up in the air. So, I know their coach can't be real happy with that decision by Swaim, and Billett staying over top of where he should be. Easy interception for him there. So, great job by the Bison defense in the first series. Now the offense has to answer like the D did.
Swaim 2 interceptions on the evening, only threw 3 throughout the 7 games in an undefeated regular season. Clearfield first and 10 from their own 20-yard line on their 7th. making that their 8th offensive series of tonight's ball game, the first of the Bob's Army Navy third quarter. Millet straight ahead, will lower the boom as he finds 3 yards around the left side.
Yeah, big collision right there. OB lowered his head. The Bedford linebacker lowered his head, and they, both hit hard there. So you could hear that hit up here in the stands, Pat.
Bison horns, locking Bison horns on that one.
Yep.
So a pickup of 3.
Well, they started off the game with OB running the ball, and I got to feel they have to, do the same thing and let him try to lead the victory here.
Got Lezer in the slot receiver right side. He'll work the motion from right to left. Back to pass, looking right. Has Carson Klein.
Picked up about 3 yards. Carson ran a little, 5-yard stop, and had to come back. They catch the ball there, so he only picked up about, maybe 2 yards on the play, Pat.
So it brings up a 3rd and 5 from the 25. Clearfield's own 25.
Yeah, Bedford definitely has it in their defensive makeup here. They're not going to allow a Bison to get past them. They're going to stay over top of all deep passes.
It can't be, as we've mentioned, they have the speed to do it.
Correct. I mean, by the time you get by them, you're going to be 70 yards down the field.
3rd and 5, back to passes. Billett looking to his left. Has to tuck and run, and the ball comes out, and Bedford comes up with it at the Bison 24-yard line.
Again, he was looking for Jake Lezer on the fly along the left sideline here, and Jake just covered. I mean, wrestler over top of him, nowhere for Oliver to throw the ball. So again, he then tries to step up and scramble, and Bedford defenders are there. They're able to get a hold of his arm and strip him of the ball. So Bedford in a position to really put the knockout on the Bisons right here.
Campy, you talked about the turnovers in this
cold weather is going to happen, Pat.
So 1st and 10 for Bedford from the Bison 24. Motion man.
Oh, big hit.
Maybe wrestler, and Jake Lezer comes up with a big stinging hit.
Well, again, Clearfield, back to the man. That brings Jake Lezer from a deeper secondary position up to the line of scrimmage right there. He sees the toss, plus the toss was behind the running back right there, allowed Jake to really lower the boom there.
So a loss of 6 on the play brings up a 2nd and 16 from the 30-yard line. Bedford to the line of scrimmage. Mercury Swaim under center, barking orders.
I'm looking for wrestler going deep down the sideline here, Pat.
They set up on the right side, Twins. That's going to be Ebersol in motion, the orbit motion. Oh, it's going to be Ethan Weber on the carry, and he comes up and gets smacked by Slaughter. Another loss on a play, and that's Billett again.
Yeah, they were able to run that toss early in the 3rd quarter to pick up big yards. But that's 2 times in a row they've run that play, and Clearfield really ready for it, creating a loss on the play. Do we have a penalty flag here or what?
They got a flag down.
Stop by France.
What do they call it?
It looks like they're going to mark it. Unsportsmanlike.
Oh, they're going to call hit to the head right there. They call it spearing.
Wow. Now the play happened across the way.
Right, we can't see it. I mean, I'd like to ask the studio what they saw there, but again, Clearfield really defended that well, but they're saying somebody went helmet-to-helmet contact.
I don't know how you have time to premeditate a helmet-to-helmet hit there.
I agree.
You're trying to make a stop against a good running back.
Right.
So the penalty doesn't give Bedford a 1st down, but they take the ball down to the 20-yard line inside the Bison 20-yard line.
Well, the way any rule at all levels, I mean, it's helmet-to-helmet, but what happens, Paz, a lot of times the running back, receivers, they drop their head where the defensive back's trying to go low and ends up being head-on collision. They're not going for the head.
I agree 100% with you. The level of...
Right, I think you got to be able to...
Under center, Swaim on 3rd and short. He's going to keep himself
he's got the
to
perimeter.
side, finds a crease.
Yeah.
Down inside the 10-yard line, looks like enough running room for another Bedford 1st down.
Yeah, that's been a successful. What they did right there, Pat, they faked the fullback dive, right and right. Then they pulled the right guard around the left side to be the lead blocker for Swaim there, and that play has been successful a couple times tonight.
So it's 1st and goal from the 10-yard line for the Bedford Bison. Up 19-7, 6:20 to go in this Bob's Army Navy third quarter. Looking to add on to this lead. Under center is Swain.
Little cross buck.
That looked like a
action.
cross buck, and Weber will find Painter. They're gonna touchdown and a flag out.
Okay, flag out. They came with a new play there, ran like what we called a cross buck, little scissors action, fake the fullback dive to the right, then bring the slot around to the left there. So let's see what the call is here.
Yeah, the officials are convening at about the 15-yard line.
Well, this is the Bob's Army and Navy third quarter. Bob's, we have it all: archery, firearms, hunting and fishing, surplus, footwear, camping and recreation in downtown Clearfield.
As they continue to talk, the signal on the field was in fact a Bedford touchdown.
Right, unless it's going to be enforced on the kickoff, okay, because of what the penalty was.
Haven't spotted the ball yet.
Yeah, Ween says they have not spotted the ball, so you got to see if they are in fact going to award the touchdown.
Well, the refs have not come over to talk. They're really not saying much. I'm seeing Coach Inoko not looking real happy.
They're still talking about
right.
it.
He's not happy though with what the ref was telling him there.
No, they're going to spot the ball at the 3-yard line, the point after attempt. And they still want to talk. I don't know if they're going to come over. It looks like they're coming across the field to talk to the big whistle. The District 9 crew.
Face mask.
Did I hear a live ball face mask?
A live ball, but if they roll the touchdown first, I think they can throw that on the kickoff there, Pat.
They called the face mask against Clearfield.
Okay,
They'll
so
decline.
What's the big deal?
The touchdown will stand.
I don't understand what took so long to make that decision.
They're going to call it unsportsmanlike
okay.
after against Bedford.
And that'll be, I think, on the kickoff, like I said.
Yes.
Conduct against Bedford.
So the point after, looks like they're going to march Lizzie Marks out there to attempt the point after for Bedford after the touchdown.
Lizzie Marks to attempt the extra point.
And they await the snap of the point after attempt. On the block, Martz for Bedford. It's 26-7, 6:09 left to go in this Bob's Army Navy third quarter. We'll see what Clearfield can answer back on the other side of this break. This is Bison Football on Passport Radio.
What's Weber's first name?
Ethan.
Ethan.
All right, Battle of Bison football fans, and speaking of a Battle of Bison football fan, missed this shout out in the first half goes out to Tom Rolls, always listening, loves the second season. And Thomas, we appreciate your listening support year in and year out.
Yeah,
Bisons are up against it though.
Anybody call in for the answer to the trivia question, Pat?
Have not heard, so we got to talk. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But it's Bedford. I love this kickoff that they run an alternate staggered stance with the front. They have four guys up front that are in a 3-point track starter sprinter stance, and then the rest of them behind, staggered 5 yards back.
Right.
Fransky will take the kickoff at 25.
Jake.
That was Jake. Check that. Lezer out across the 25 to the 45. We'll call it the 46.
Okay, Clearfield, this is imperative that you put together a drive and score here because you'll run out of time.
Let's go!
Yeah, 6:03 left to go in this Bob's Army Navy third quarter. Clearfield trails 26-7. They break the huddle. It'll be Mark McGonigal to the right of Oliver Billett. Lezer split wide to the right, ball on the left hash. Jose Alban in motion from left to right, and they'll give it to Mark McGonigal. Straight ahead, finds 3 on the run.
Yeah, in general, Bedford's controlled the line of scrimmage overall tonight. Clearfield having a difficult time overall being able to run the ball and putting a lot of pressure on Oliver Bill then to throw, and Bedford able to cover the Clearfield receivers very, very well tonight, forcing Oliver to basically scramble and run most times when he's dropped back to pass, and last series tried to bump it.
So 2nd and 8 after a pickup of 2 from the 48. Motion man is Ian Billick. They'll give it to Bluebell. Bluebell will find his way back to the line of scrimmage and then be driven back. Maybe a pickup of a couple there. They're going to spot him across the midfield.
Yeah, he picked up about 3 there, Pat. I mean, obviously Bluebell, McGonigal will give you everything they have at that running back position. Not real big, but they have big hearts and they do run hard.
So a third and manageable, 3rd and 5 from the Bedford 49. Thanks to the Irwin Service Station for our halftime tonight, as well as Kirk Cattle Company, along with Walter Hopkins and Company.
I'm looking for Clearfield to roll out and hit Lezer on a comeback out over there, maybe.
OB calls for the shotgun snap, and he will roll to his right, off his back foot, and he had Nick D'Amico, usually short-handed, got in and out of his gloves, incomplete.
I think that was actually Billet there, Pat. In motion there, went to the outside.
So it'll bring up a 4th and 5 now, and it looks like OB and Company going to stay out there.
Well, that was D'Amico. You were correct. That was, normally shorthand there. Yeah, Clearfield has to go for it, Pat. I mean, times around you, they have to get a score here.
4:34 after the incomplete. 4th and 5 from the Bedford 49. Empty the back set. OB sets his feet, breaks his hands, and will be caught down for another sack on the play. And Clearfield will turn it over on down.
Yeah, they were looking for D'Amico over the middle right there on the drag route, and covered very, very well. So Oliver couldn't make the throw. And then instead of having maybe composure, look at the other receivers, he tried to take off and run for the first down and came up a couple yards short.
So Bedford takes back over at the Bison 48. They'll have wideouts to both sides, twin formation. Going to work the game clock and the play clock. Straight ahead is Trenton Price. Price will find a couple.
Yeah, just a quick trap up the middle, Pat, like we said, picked up about 5 yards. This is the Bob's Army Navy third quarter. Bob's, we have it all. Archery, firearms, hunting and fishing, surplus, footwear, camping, and recreation found in downtown Clearfield.
Let's go, D, let's go!
So 2nd and 5 from the 44 for the Bedford Bison. Wings to both sides and wideouts to both sides. And they'll fake the dive, and Swain will keep it, and then he'll pitch it. A flag comes out, but Ethan Weber will shake a tackle, still on his feet, left side, down inside the Bison 30-yard.
Got to feel hold here, Pat. 2 flags come out. You're able to get to the perimeter there. Normally, when you're able to get to the perimeter like that, there was a hold on the edge.
Swain pitched that ball late, Campy, and
yeah, they really aren't running option there, Pat. I mean, but that time he did have a guy there. He wanted to keep the ball, but just last second realized I just throw it out to him.
They're
not even there. What are they calling
this on Clearfield?
He's marching off against Clearfield.
Face mask against Clearfield.
Face mask, another face mask. So that's going to be tacked on at the end of that run right there. So really putting Clearfield's back against the wall.
Yeah, the other thing I can say is as Swain was going down, Clearfield might
maybe somebody was grabbing his face mask there. Maybe that's why he was stumbling there.
add insult to injury, the ball situated now for the Bedford Bison, just outside the Clearfield Bison 20-yard line. On the 23, fresh set of downs for the Bedford Bison. 3.5 to go, Bob's Army Navy third quarter. They have the ball and the lead. Mercury Swaim under center. Looks like Weber in the backfield. And they'll give it to...
Fullback dive, Clearfield, everybody up in the line of scrimmage here, picks up nothing.
That's Trenton Price, the back.
You know, if Bedford wanted to score right now, they probably need to throw the ball, but Clearfield's not going to play zone. They're going to really crowd the line of scrimmage.
So they pick up 1 yard on the play.
Yeah, they're milking the clock right now, taking it down to, inside 5 seconds every time.
Yeah, they take their time up to the line of scrimmage. Swain will survey the situation, and as you said, the play clock down to 6, down to 5, and then they'll give the dive.
I'll tell you what, heck of a play. Who made that
That's
play?
Hayden Kavalak and Zane Guadino.
Oh, that was Zane. I mean, that's how you stop the option. I mean, you tackle the fullback and the quarterback at the same time. So Zane really put great penetration right there.
And here again, you watch Mercury Swaim as quarterback. He held on to that ball on the exchange. He did not want to give it up.
He couldn't pull it out there. He wanted to pull it out. He couldn't do it.
So a loss of 1 on the play for the 25 now. Back to pass in Bedford across the middle. And wide open behind coverage is Steven Ressler for the Bedford touchdown. And Bedford had control of this ball game. He's starting to run away with it now.
Yeah, Clearfield and man-to-man right there. Made a little shake on the Clearfield defender, got to the inside, and Swain doing the smart thing and throwing a rocket, just threw a soft toss out there, allowing him to run to the ball there. So just a nice pitch and catch there by the Bedford quarterback and receiver.
Lizzie Martz to attempt the point after. It's on the block. It's up. That point after is good. 33-7, 2:02 left to go. Bob's Army Navy. Third quarter on the hill in this District 5-9 sub-regional final. Clearfield up against it. This is Bison Football on Passport Radio. Well, gang, that was about a 48-yard, 52-yard scoring drive. As C. Wayne Wood had it started on the.
Excuse me, you're right. 48.
48-yard line. Well, actually started on the 48-yard line of the Bison, and the point after good, and the Bedford Bison showing why they are.
Why they're ranked like where they are, Pat. I mean, they're just wearing the Clearfield down right now.
Horansky takes the kickoff at the 5-yard line, and he'll make his way out. Go back to 25, and that's where Clearfield will come out on our 10th offensive series of the ball game, trailing 33-7 with under 2 to go in this Bob's Army Navy third quarter.
Visit Bob's Army and Navy. We have it all: archery, firearms, hunting and fishing, surplus footwear, camping and recreation in downtown Clearfield. All right, so what is Clearfield? Just needs to put together a drive. Don't look at a scoreboard. Just put together a drive here.
So 1st and 10 from our own 25. Blue belt to the right of Oliver Billett. OB back to pass has Carson Klein on that slip screen. Stop pass slip screen to our left side. Picks up a J&E Plumbing and Heating first down.
Yeah, they ran it to both sides right there. Good thing he didn't throw it to Lesnar on the right side. The linebacker beat the block and came underneath it. It would have been a pick 6. He then went back to the left side there and and Klein able to make the catches as they get in and out and get out of bounds for the first down.
Mark McGonigal to the right of Oliver Billett now with wide outs. Trips to the wide side. That's the right side. Across the middle.
He's open.
And it's Carson Klein.
Did he catch it there?
They're going to give the kid. They're going to award.
I thought he made a great catch there, but I don't know. Did they call it complete?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, I said it was. I thought it was a heck of a catch, but I don't know what he did to hurt himself on there. But
yeah, Carson came up a little.
Yeah, he was wide open going down that seam, but it was a situation where he probably needed to slow down a little bit, and Billett couldn't really lead him because it would have thrown him in the Bedford coverage, which was over top right there. But wide open going down that seam.
So Clearfield at the Bedford 40-yard line. A minute and a half to go. Bob's Herman Navy third quarter.
Back to no back right there.
Yeah, empty the backfield. And Faransky has a catch there down inside the 33-yard line.
Yeah, Clearfield with the no back. They run to the two receiver side, run the quick split end screen right there. Pick up 5. Clearfield getting a little pace now. Looking a little bit more better in sync on offense right now.
Empty backs it again. Billett will keep it and run right up the gut. Spins through the first down marker down close to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, you just see the rhythm right now, Pat. I mean, Clearfield, looking, timing-wise, everything looking a lot better right now in this drive.
5 wide again from the Bedford 21. Sets his feet, has Lezer. That's a helmet-to-helmet hit there.
Yeah, that's definitely 15 yards.
As Lezer had the reception in and out of his hands, and then it was right in his face mask. I mean, helmet to helmet.
Yeah, he definitely went for the head shot right there. I mean, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Now it's going to be whether they decide to eject him from the game.
Yeah.
And if he gets ejected, then he is out for the next game.
I didn't see move.
I thought it was number 22.
That would be Ethan Weber. Swain will make his way over to the sideline. Yeah, we had a helmet-to-helmet go against Clearfield.
Maybe it was 32 there. I see still Weber on the field there.
There's no ejection there, just a personal foul. Oliver Billett on the quarterback keeper. Tries to stiff arm right side, inside the 5-yard line, inside the Action Graphics red zone.
Yeah, OB, I think if he lowers his head there, there's going to be a collision, but I think he may get in the end zone. He decided to make the dip and try to bounce it to the outside and lost all of his momentum. Bedford able to then make the tackle. Boy, look at that spot, man. He put it at the 5-yard line. Holy cow.
I was going to say, he wasn't pushed out of the clock running, he wasn't pushed out of bounds.
He was down to like to the 2 there when he bounced it.
Yes, Clearfield not getting any favors here on that spot. 2nd and 5, 2nd and goal from the 5. Mark McGonigal to the left. They'll give it to Bismarck. Mark McGonigal sidesteps.
He's running hard. He's
down
running
his
hard.
side, still on his feet.
Yeah, he's definitely running hard. Down about the 1 there, Pat, the end of the quarter.
Yeah, makes it down to the 1-yard line. They battle Bison football fans with the Bob's Army Navy third quarter in the books, and the score in this District 5-9 sub-regional final. Bedford 33, Clearfield 7. Coach, it's that time yet again.
Well, Pat, I don't want to skip last week. Our second trivia question was the running back that beat St. Mary's in the district champs. That was my son Curtis Cam. I never did give him a shout out last week, so I'll give it to him this week. And the first answer to that first question was a guy named Roosevelt Benjamin for Erie East. They would lose to Downingtown in the Western Finals, I think 6-0, and they were just an outstanding team. But that Benjamin guy would go on to be like I want to say like a 10-time MVP of the 2nd-tier arena football in the city of Erie. All right, the second best player I saw, over those years was a running back for Huntington. We played them in the playoffs with the team led by Kenny Wise, who had a lot of yards rushing that year, and Representative Tommy Sankey running for re-election this year. But we were beating them 21-0, and this kid who played fullback and nose guard just took over the ball game. You know, they would beat us like 50-21 then. So who was this player for?
All right, Gabby, good question again. As from 1 yard out, OB takes the root, hog the quarterback keeper, left side, and Clearfield able to put another score on the board.
All right, that's you know, we did make a good comeback, good drive right there. You know, so now, you know, I'm not going to say we're in the game yet, but if we can get a turnover on this next series, you know, that could change a lot of momentum.
Benner Automotive Sales and Service extra point from Carson Klein to Nick D'Amico to Grayson Graves. Up and through, 33-14. Just underway in this Champion's Choice fourth quarter.
So Steve Terry had that question before I gave the answer.
There you go. 33-14, just under 12 to go in this Champion's Choice fourth quarter. This is Bison Football on Passport Radio. All right, onside, probably not.
If you want to win, I think you might take a shot at the onside.
5?
9.
Nothing more for respectability, you probably go deep.
Yeah. Get 3.
I just don't see how we turn them over.
Right.
You know.
Right.
They're going to be very conservative with keeping the ball in the quarterback's hand or running the fullback dive. You know. And they're going to be willing to take 3 plays and punt too.
Right. They're playing with house money right now.
Correct.
All right, Battle of Bison football fans. 9 plays, 75 yards scoring drive. OB goes in from a yard out. Grayson Graves tacks on the point after. And as you say, Campy Clearfield tacks on a touchdown. But right now, the Bedford Bison playing with house money as Graves will grubber that kick down to the 25-yard line, and the return man from Bedford will take it out across the 40. And Bedford really, with just under 12 to go in this Champion's Choice fourth quarter.
Right, they're just looking past the, you know, if they can take off, you know, get a first down, 1 first down. If they ain't got a punt, so be it. But take, you know, 3 minutes off the clock on the possessions there.
Yeah, 1st and 10 from their own 44.
Yeah, I'm sure the ball's going to be in Swain's hands the rest of the ball game here.
As he goes under center with double wings to both sides. And they'll fake the handoff, and Swain will keep it himself right side, and that kid is dangerous.
Well,
he gets out on the end.
That's been a really good play for him where they fake the fullback, like I said, they fake the fullback dive to one side, and pull that guard and lead around, and Swain then goes opposite, okay? So it's really a misdirection play by the, by the quarterback there. You know, Swain's one of those guys, I can't say he's a college quarterback, he's just an athlete. I mean, I could see him playing in college and being a D-back or a wide receiver, running back. He just knows how to play the game.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% there, Cam. So 1st and 10 after the first down from the 41 of Clearfield. Orbit motion, and he'll give the quick pitch to Wrestler. Wrestler right side, sets up his blocks as he was hemmed in on the sideline and still finds his way for about 6 or 7 on the play.
Yeah, I mean, they're like Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, those 2 guys right there. I mean, Swain's, outstanding, but Wrestler's not far behind that. He can really make some plays himself.
So a pickup of 8 on the play. 2nd and short from the 33. Under center. Orbit motion. Hard bark count. Nearly drew Clearfield off again. Weber will come back to his original spot at wing.
They must be a play. Let's jump them off sides. That's the name of the play.
Here again, orbit motion. And they'll fake to the dive back, and Swain will keep it around the left side. I don't know if he got the line to gain his OB.
No, he probably gained about a half a yard right there. Clearfield defended that option real well. They had everybody down in the box there. Jake Lezer, up at the line of scrimmage, they're able to make the tackle. Yeah, I do believe that's just a strong offside play, and then he had to haul her out. The coach had to haul her out, run the play.
So 3rd and 1 from the 32. Swaim watching the play clock at 13. 12, 10. They'll go under center. Motion man is Wrestler. Left or right.
Throwing the ball.
Up across the moon ball again.
We're getting airfare.
And he able to come in a little early against the intended receiver.
Again, the dilemma that the Bisons have faced all night. Crowd the line of scrimmage to stop the run. 3rd and 2 there. Clearfield expecting run. Bedford, sends one man deep there. He runs by the Clearfield defender. If the ball wasn't underthrown, it's an easy touchdown there. So, the series working out just the way Bedford wants it, to take time off the clock and slowly drive down the Clearfield red zone.
Yeah, the penalty marked off against Clearfield to give Bedford a first down. I got to wonder if Mercury Swaim plays basketball, because he's got to have a lot of arc on his free throw. The way he puts that boom ball up there.
Didn't shoot those line shots like you did.
First and 10 from the 17 for Bedford. It is just silent here on the hill. Waiting the snap.
Yeah, just fullback give there, picks up about 3 yards there. Clearfield losing a little bit of life right now, Pat. Champions Choice Sports. Custom screen printing, trophy engraving, embroidery. Champions Choice Sports, found in State Street in Kerwinsville.
Yeah, I was Elijah Cook there with the carry for Bedford.
Yeah, you could hear a pin drop there. He got really quiet there.
It's just, it's there's nothing else to say. It's just 2020.
Yeah, it's just the reality setting in here.
2nd and 7 from the 14. Under 9. It is Champions Choice 4th quarter. Swaim will keep it himself. We've seen this play again and again. And Swaim, a flag comes out.
We're going to get a hold, I think, on the offensive tackle on Oliver Bill there. I think he got thrown down to the ground there, so I think they're going to take it back 10 yards.
That's that pulling kick out block there. But yeah, there's 2 or 3 flags down on that.
Right. I don't think the guy had to hold Oliver, but he just, he got a hook on him and didn't let go. Because Swaim looked like he had the perimeter regardless there.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's one impressive thing about him.
He doesn't look fast, but he's faster than everybody I see out there. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't look like he's moving. Now, Wrestler looks like he's going 100 miles an hour. Yeah. Swaim just smooth. He's a smooth fast.
Swaim broke down a couple of films on them earlier in the week, and Swaim he's thick. His core, he's got a thick core too.
That's what I can see. I mean, they got him listed at 190. I mean, so he is a pretty strong kid.
And that's he's able to absorb a lot of hits and keep the momentum going forward. So they'll back him up to the 25, 2nd and 18, under 8.5 to go in this Champions Choice 4th quarter, and Swaim back to pass. Over the right side, right flat, it looks like Wrestler, corralled.
Yeah, that's the second. Wrestler well coached. I mean, he probably could pick up 3 or 4 yards by going to the right and going out of bounds, but he doesn't want to stop the clock. I mean, earlier in this drive, he ran the ball, could have gone out of bounds, got more yards going out of bounds, but cut back to the inside. So they realize the situation they're in, where they just keep the clock running.
And their intent, play clock they're running, game clock running as well.
Yeah, they've taken off, over 5 minutes. It'll be 5.5 minutes after this play.
And just in no hurry. Twins to both sides, ball on the right hash from the 24-yard line. Going for the end zone. Carson Klein nearly came up with his 3rd interception of the season, but it falls in and out of
Carson had good coverage. I mean, it looked like the slot there, and I'm trying to see who that slot was.
That's a new number tonight, Dane Miller.
Well, I think Wrestler was on the inside in that slot, and he had to step on the Bison defender, so I'm glad that Swaim looked to the outside receiver.
So 4th and 17 now for the Bedford Bison.
Now if you're Bedford, you do throw it up to the end zone. You do throw a jump ball.
They're going to go wide twins again, both sides. And Swain will work out of the shotgun. Calls for the snap. Play whistle dead. Bedford wants a timeout to talk this over on 4th down. With that, we'll take a timeout. 7:34 left to go in this ball game and the Champions Choice 4th quarter. This is Bison Football on Passport Radio. Yeah, just got a couple more. Yeah, this is a good ball team.
Yeah.
I think they're 14. I'm calling 2 touchdowns better than Central.
Yeah,
I think they're bigger, faster,
I don't have
stronger.
to see Central, but I would agree. Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
Just more players.
Yeah.
More players.
And they're thick. They just across. Look how big those.
They said they're not houses, but everybody's 230 across the board.
And welcome back. Talking at the break, we're looking at this Bedford Bison team. They're not super big.
But they have all the pieces, Pat. That's all I'm saying. I mean, normally you find like one guy in the line that's overweight or too short or whatever. Maybe they all look the same. Okay, all the skilled guys are all solid. And we're gonna see a double.
They're gonna go double pass. It's Wrestler gets clobbered, ball out of bounds. OB delivered a boom. And
I'll give Wrestler credit there. I mean, instead of throwing the ball in an interception that may lead to it, going back for a touchdown there, just throws it away. And, Bedford accomplished what they wanted in that drive, Pat. They took off about 5 minutes off the clock.
So Clearfield will come back out trailing 33-14, 7:28 left to go. That can't be. If they're able to put together a quick strike scoring drive and go 33, they get it to single digit. Well, it's still double digits.
Double digits, but I think they got to do it. They got to have at least 4 minutes left on the clock. They got to score with at least 4 minutes left on the clock to have a legitimate chance.
So they're going to empty the backfield and go 5 wide. OB looking across has Jake Lezer. Lezer can't keep a hold of it as he goes incomplete.
Yeah, the one guy that's had a chance to have a step all night is Faransky. That time Faransky had a step on the left sideline. Oliver would have had to throw the ball a long way there, but that's the one matchup where Clearfield's actually been able to get deep a little, get over top of the Bedford defenders.
So 2nd and 10 after the incomplete from our own 24. And empty the backfield again. 5 wide. Back to pass. Billets behind the line of scrimmage for a loss on the play. Take it back to the 20-yard line. And it brings up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, that was like they sent out 5 receivers, but 3 receivers really didn't do much on the play other than just run straight down the field, not even looking back for the ball there. So I couldn't get the gist of what that play was.
So 3rd and 14. No back again. Across the middle to Lezer, incomplete.
Miller took a shot.
Right, they ran 50 and up both sides. The outside receiver ran a skinny post inside, went up the sideline, and Lezer ran right down the middle of the field there, and they were looking for Jake down the middle, but so was Bedford. I mean, Bedford's, everybody stayed in their zones, nobody chased anybody, so had everything well covered.
As you said, Bedford has all the pieces here.
Correct.
Just
well,
across the board.
They're able. The thing is, Pat, they've been able to play zone all night, rush 4. They really haven't blitzed all night, and they've still gotten pressure. OB's probably been sacked 5 or 6 times tonight. Okay, when you can get pressure with 4, you're in pretty good shape then, defensively.
No doubt. Gracie Graves will boot it back to the Bedford Bison. Got all that one as it trickles down to the 41-yard line.
40-yard punt.
What's that, Wing?
Depends where they mark it. 39-yard punt.
39. Wiener Wood has, our stat man has a 39-yard punt by the team.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good punt by Graves there.
I got time for a shout out to Chad Billett. That would be the uncle of OB. He's at a hunting camp. Either getting ready for a little archery tomorrow, small game, or fall turkey comes in tomorrow.
Or he just likes hunting.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
In central Pennsylvania. So 1st and 10, Clearfield running out of time and running out of luck here. Down 33-14. As Swain will keep it himself right side and will go down at about the 45.
Yeah, I don't want to be critical of the Bedford coaching staff there, but when you're up 19 points and you got a stud like Swain, why are you running them? I mean, just not a smart move, Pat. Just not a smart move. I mean,
yeah,
that's why you got your fullback. Give him the ball.
Yep. Well put. Clock continues to roll in this Champions Choice fourth
I've just
quarter.
seen too many injuries occur in those situations.
On 2nd and 5 from the 46. Under center. And they'll feed the fullback now, I believe. Actually, it's Swain. Swain will pull out of that tackle, and as he's done all night, just his core strength strong enough.
Yeah, I don't know how he came out. You know, he rode the fullback. I thought the fullback was tackled. Then the guy shot out. I thought maybe the fullback has the ball, and it was Swain. So, again, just followed the fullback after a fake there. So, and he is a pretty tough kid. You know, at the very end there, I'm looking Carson Klein coming over, and Swain doesn't even try to veer away from him, just gives a little stiff arm to get in the end zone. I mean, pretty much untackleable at that point.
Lizzie Martz for the point after. Snap, hold, kick.
Bad little kicker.
40-14. 5:39 left to go. Champions Choice fourth quarter, and Clearfield, as we mentioned before, running out of time, and against the Bison team, a Bedford Bison team. Back on the other side of this break, this is Bison football on Passport Radio. That is an impressive District 5 team.
They probably tackled the fullback thinking he had the ball, and he pulled it out at the last second.
That kid is strong.
He's strong. That's what I'm saying. Like you said, like his legs are really, really strong.
I mean, that's a solid.
Yeah.
That is a solid high school football team.
Yeah.
I don't know what those other teams have.
Right.
I mean, it's just they're solid.
Right.
I don't know what else to say.
They don't have a great running back to go with Swain, but everybody else is good.
All right, Battle of Bison football fans, 40-14 after the Mercury Swain touchdown, and the point after by Lizzie Martz.
Yeah, we were just talking about how solid Bedford's team is, Pat, and you know, I said other than maybe a stronger fullback, they got all the other pieces.
Indeed. Baranski will take it inside the 10, make his way out to the 20-yard line. Clearfield playing for pride now with 5.5 left to go in this Champions Choice fourth quarter.
Correct. That play right there just shows you speed. Now we know Franski's fast.
Yeah.
It looked like four guys just swooped down on him right there, where he looked like he wasn't going anywhere. And I know he's got quickness. We win with our speed. They beat us. They beat us with our strength here tonight.
Just across the board.
Yeah.
We've not seen overall team speed like this since perhaps the Cathedral Prep
Correct.
And I'm not saying Bedford. I don't know what I'm saying here right now, to be honest.
I just know Bedford's good. I mean, they're a legitimately good team.
There's no doubt about it. They are solid, just a solid high school football team across the board. And I don't want to say. I know it sounds like I'm surprised in saying that. We knew that coming in.
Right.
These next two, Clearfield had to get through Bedford, and then most probable against Central. But right now, I set the score at one of the breaks. And I think Bedford's 14 better than Central right now, and I'm not so sure that line might climb.
Yeah, if I'm a D3 coach, I'm recruiting about half this team.
No doubt about it. On 2nd and 10 after the incomplete, and it's in and out of the hands.
That was pick 6 right there.
That got in on the shoulder pads. You heard the thump from up here to Maxwell. That is Maxwell.
Yeah, right off the shoulder.
Washington. And he's another receiver that has had catches on the 7-game undefeated season for Bedford that we've not even talked about, not even called his number tonight on offense.
He's only a side. The thing is, Swaim only a junior right there. I mean, yeah, they have some seniors, but I see a lot of sophomore juniors on the roster.
So 3rd and 10 after the incomplete. Stops the clock at 5:22. Clearfield trails 40-14 from our own 21. Back to pass. And OB uncorking one deep, and Maxwell Chamberlain had 2 attempts and 2 consecutive.
He doesn't want that interception. Yeah, but I'm just looking down through their roster right now, and yeah, there's a lot of underclassmen on this roster.
Shabika.
So 4th down, and Grayson Graves back out with the ball on the 21-yard line. Now here, and the question is, this game really has been decided for all intents and purposes. But we got to talk. The second season, the playoff second season, looks like it's going to come to a close for Clearfield.
Right.
But Clearfield,
you can play all the way up to Thanksgiving, right, Pat?
That is exactly correct.
You know, and I'm looking at
down by
Coach Inoko not that far away from 300 wins and not getting any younger. You know, he's not going to want to bypass any. Plus, he likes his team, and he's got a good team. You know, so he would like to obviously, play some more. And I mean, we were talking earlier in the scenario if they lost tonight, and Central did beat Tyrone, Clearfield and Tyrone, where it was canceled earlier in the year, that would give them a chance to make up that game and get 2 old rivals, John Franco and Tim Janogo, playing against each other. I mean, I could almost see the contract now.
That would be good. That would be good for Central Pennsylvania High School football outside the state playoffs.
It's supposed to be warmer next Friday.
And I'm all for it if we can go into a press box somewhere too.
Hey, it's supposed to be warmer next Friday.
I will say, Bobby bet on it, set us up here tonight. It is much warmer in this little cave he built for us. And I walk down there at halftime and I go, if I'm a fan, I'd be listening to this on the radio. I would not be here. Because it is cold.
It definitely.
It blocked out the wind.
This canopy keeps the heat from escaping over top our heads as well.
I meant to take this first day of buck season with me here.
And you know we're full of hot air.
That's right.
The running back is Wrestler, right side, is still on his feet down the right sideline, but a marker comes out.
Yeah, I mean, Clearfield is, I think, is put in some subs. Why you got your first team in there? I mean, this is when, you know what I was like, Pat. If I'd have been on that sideline, I'd be screaming at that guy.
Yep.
I mean, you have some class, man.
Well, and here again,
Clearfield's got a mixture out there, but they don't have all their starters out there.
It's the beauty points are all but over with 40-14.
Right.
I mean, you got to be looking at next week.
That's what I'm saying.
You're saving legs. You're saving a chance at an injury.
Yeah, correct. I mean, just be smart. That's all I can say.
They didn't mark anything off.
No, they didn't.
The hold was back here. Yeah, it was a spot foul from the hold. So I think the hold occurred around the 30-yard line. So the ball's back to the 45. And Swaim will keep it himself.
Man.
And here again, you don't think about this during when the game's is being contested, but you don't want to see that kid take a shot on the knee with a helmet.
Right, and and I'm not going to say if I'm Clearfield, if I get a chance to take a big hit on a guy,
you're taking a big hit.
I'm doing it right now. I mean,
that's football.
Yeah, that's your fault. You left me in the game.
There's not one kid out there that wants to deliver that doesn't want to deliver a bone-crushing hit. That is the nature of the game.
Right.
I mean that's why you play football. It's violent, it's physical, and it's exciting to put to impose your will on another person. There's no doubt about it. In the legal sense of it.
Right.
But 3rd and 8. Bedford still with the ball. And that brings up 4th down.
Yeah, you watch them throw the ball here. I can just see.
They break the huddle under center. Under 3 to go, Champion's Choice 4th quarter. Double wing again, motion man is Wrestler. They call that hard bark. That's
it's a play. It's a play. Then they'll look over and he'll call some play from the sideline. It is definitely a. What did the Kerwinsville used to do? They used to call
hard count timeout.
Hard count timeout.
And a timeout on the field with under 3 to go. Champion's Choice 4th quarter. We'll take a timeout. This is Bison Football on Passport Radio. Yeah. To me, what would be more, to me, an insult would be kind of put one in, is take a knee on it on 4th down. Just to say, okay, we're taking a knee, don't stop us.
I just don't like this,
All right, Campy, do we ever get we ever work through the second big truck of trivia?
We did not. And that was, we talked about him last week, Pat. Chad Brindle, just a...
Kevin Weiser.
Kevin Weiser got him? Okay, Kevin Weiser got him. Okay.
He played against him, I believe. Weiser's...
Yeah, Kenny did. Kenny was on that team.
Kenny Weiser, sorry.
Kenny.
The punt...
Yep.
I
remember he made a move as a running back on Sean Ricotta in like a 2-foot area, and Sean couldn't even get a hand on him. Just kid had moves, and he was powerful. Just a heck of a player.
They put 60
like there's a team like you. I'm looking. Bedford's really good. They're not as good as that Huntington team was, but they're dang close to it. Okay, a very similar type team, Pat.
I agree. I agree with.
But they don't have a Brendo at fullback.
No, but they got a quarterback and receivers that might offset that.
Right. I said they're similar type teams. That's very similar.
Stop pass out to Lazar on 1st down from the 5-yard line, or rather the 3. He'll take it out across the 10, 15. Get the J&E Plumbing and Heating 1st down.
Visit Champion's Choice Sports, custom screen printing, trophy engraving, embroidery. Champion's Choice Sports found at State Street in Kerwinsville.
Clearfield running out of time, but we talked about that. Their second season playoff run to the state playoffs is going to come up short, but there is a chance. Right. There is a chance we could be back on the air next Friday.
I could see us playing a couple more games.
OB back to pass, over the left side to Carson Climbs.
Nice catch, Carson. Nice.
Climbs the ladder and comes down with the ball.
Yeah, he's had two really nice catches here in the second half. The underthrown ball coming back and picking it off the ground there, and then that one going up and bringing it down. Overall, I've been impressed with Klein all year long. Coming, a little bit overshadowed by Jake Lezer, but he makes his own plays.
He certainly does. He comes up with the interceptions in consecutive ball games here at the end of the season here. So 1st and 10, J&E Plumbing and Heating 1st down from our own 37.
Oh, no reverse. I like that.
He'll give it to Klein on the reverse. Good stiff arm. He'll be pushed out of bounds.
Good thing he runs hurdles and track because he went over that bench. I know what happened to you and I. Our shins would be hurt right now. We would definitely crash.
Track coach.
All right, Champion's Choice Sports, custom screen printing, trophy engraving, embroidery. Go to Champion's Choice Sports found at State Street in Kerwinsville.
Minute and a half here. Clearfield playing for pride. Empty the backfield. See if we can tack one on here. Bedford still has all their first teamers in there as well.
Yeah, they're not sucking there. I can see that too. Looking for ranking points.
Here's the thing: the teams that are in front of them, Central Valley, Wyomissing, Hickory,
Is Wilmington in that?
I want to say
Wilmington's
Wilmington's
AA.
up there.
They're, I heard they're unbelievable.
They're
okay.
double A.
Oh, they're double A. Okay, that's why. But Central Valley's supposed to be really good.
Central
Yeah,
Valley.
they're supposed to be really good.
And either one of these two teams, they're going to be in our bracket. Got to
I
get through
think
them all.
Wilmington and Farrell are playing this weekend, I think.
So 3rd and 3. No back set again. OB tucks it and runs. Has the J&E Plumbing and Heating first down as he makes his way to midfield. So yeah, that'll be the interesting thing. I guess the onus is on the athletic director, our buddy
Bobby Gearhart, who's turning 50, I think.
coming up soon.
Coming up very soon here.
Got to see if he can.
I thought it was 50 like 12 years ago. But that's okay.
Got to see if he's able to gather up any extra teams and want to continue to play here in November.
Well,
Stoppage of play here can't be.
It's all matter, these kind of situations. I'd almost want to ask the kids. You want to, how do you feel? Do you want to play? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I remember one year in basketball. I mean, I was no good. Our team was no good. And I go, you guys want to play? And they go, yeah. All right, then we'll go. Okay. I mean, it's all merit. And they practiced hard. We didn't win, but the kids wanted to do it still. So I'm not going to take away that right that they want to do.
And that topic came up. I had a chance to talk to my buddy in Clarion University alum, Chris Warwick, head coach of St. Mary's, at the end of last week's game last Saturday, and he said as much. They were planning on playing tonight and maybe another game.
Right, it's all matter of the kids. You got to take your own ego out of it and go to the kids. If the kids want to do it.
And Carson
comes up with another nice catch. Okay. And again, like you said, I mean, they still have their, a lot of their starters in the defense there.
Klein moves the sticks down inside the 20-yard line. Right outside the 10, inside the Action Graphics red zone. Under a minute to go, and Clearfield would like to put one on the board just to put one on the board.
He's open.
It's going to be Nate Natoli, and Nate Natoli in for the touchdown.
Yeah, that's the first catch for Nate, I think, tonight, Pat. And he'd been the valuable piece for the Bisons, through most of the season.
Yeah, had a possession receiver down at Penns Valley there.
That might have been his first catch of the night there, but he had some big plays for the Bisons.
Defense, one of the best interceptions we've seen.
The interception, but that's some crucial catches too.
Better Automotive Sales and Service extra point. Carson Klein to Nick Domico to Grayson Graves. 40-21, under a minute to go in his Champions Choice fourth quarter. This is Bison Football on Passport Radio.
7 play. 97 yards. Got that? 7 to 97. We have the third quarter. 19. Hush among the crowd here.
All right, Battle of Bison football fans, 97 yards, 7-play scoring drive. OB hooks up with Nate Natoli. Grayson Graves tacks on the point after. And Clearfield, playing for Pride, puts a Pride touchdown on the board, 40-21. As Clearfield will kick off a pooch kick, and it's bobbled.
I think we got it, Pat.
In and out of the hands of one of the up in front row for Bedford, and Clearfield comes up with it at the 49-yard line of Bedford. So here again, a chance just to make this pretty much what St. Mary's did to us last week.
Correct.
Just playing for beauty points now, but nonetheless, why not?
Yep.
Still got to play, finish the game.
Yep.
And that being said,
the over/under was 63.
Good line.
Bedford was with their starters in. Clearfield going 5 wide. Let's put another one on the board. OB steps into one, goes deep, climb behind coverage.
Oh. Yeah, one of the Bison fans said, hadn't liked the line. He goes, the over-under 63 there, so Clearfield trying to beat that over-under. That was a good line.
Ethan Weber there to knock out away from Carson Klein, or he would have had 6.
Yeah, I mean Carson had him. I mean, yeah, it's he just got a finger in, or Carson would have walked in the end zone.
C Classic post-game report, gang. We're gonna go with our final end of the season C Classic post-game report. In the event that this will be our last broadcast of the season, but we don't know. That's all up in the air as of yet. 2nd and 10, no back. Billet tucks it and runs. Left side, 40, 35, drug out of bounds at the 30. He'll stop the clock with 34 seconds on the CNB scoreboard.
Yeah, it's turning this in the longest minute in sports here, Pat. Clearfield's going to probably get 5 or 6 more plays in 34 seconds.
We'll see what comes up. Post-game numbers, analysis from tonight's ball game. Wrap up the season in this COVID-abbreviated Battle of Bison High School football season. Trips, tight trips to the right. OB looks to the right. D'Amico, the intended receiver, strong and long, incomplete.
The ball a little overthrown. Nick was basically running toward the safety there, so I don't know if he does throw a good ball, whether it's going to be complete or not. There, he's probably going to take a big hit.
So still a half a minute left to go in this Champion's Choice 4th quarter. Want to offer thanks to Lansbury Trucking for bringing our big truck and trivia questions as Campy brings them to the listening broadcast every week. From the 32, we'll go no back again, 5 wide. Looking to the right, across the middle, Lezer has it. And it'll be dragged down at the 30, just outside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that should be the last play right there.
Clearfield wants a timeout to talk things over. This timeout by Clearfield brought to you by Bloom Electric Heating, Plumbing, and Air Conditioning. Fall is here and winter's on the way. Time to check that furnace or heat pump. When you call, they get moving. Bloom Electric Heating, Plumbing, and Air Conditioning.
That might be like an omen right there, Pat, that, the show that Clearfield wants to keep playing the rest of the year, taking that time out right there.
Could be. Could definitely be.
Oh. Yeah, so what games did we lose because of the...
Lost Tyrone and Belfont.
Which you could see,
we lost.
Belfont's playing in a district championship tonight. They would lose. I could see both of those games being played, by both teams there.
And we've already, there's been a reach out to Clarion.
To Clarion, okay.
And that
they had that scheduled.
That was our last game, our last regularly scheduled game.
Oh, okay, it was, okay.
Back to pass after an empty back set.
Good ball.
As Faransky, 5-yard line caught. Can he drag himself into the end zone? 9 seconds on the scoreboard.
Clearfield takes a timeout again.
Let's see where they spot the ball here.
Yeah, nice ball by Oliver Bill there. Faransky going down the seam. Puts it right on him there. Faransky fought hard to try to get in the end zone, but they were able to bring him down at the 2-yard line.
So the ball on the 2-yard line. Clearfield calls a timeout.
So my thinking is, I don't think Tim would have done this if the other coach would have pulled his starters there. So he said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
I have to agree with you.
I really think that's what his rationale will be.
I think so. And that really becomes a call of gamesmanship as you work through these.
Yep.
You put your undercard in, your JVs in, and then the other team is supposed to do the same.
Correct.
Right now it is varsity. It is V against V.
Yep. With 9 seconds to go.
From the 2-yard line, Billet Not able to get it.
See if it does take a timeout again.
He wants one more. Bedford. The Bedford fans with the cat calls now. See if Bedford brings, we call it the kitchen sink on this one. Well, we're going to take a break after this. See if Clearfield scores this touchdown. We'll take a break. We'll come back, give you the C Classic final post-game reports. And as Wiener will give post-game numbers, Camping I'll talk shop, and we'll figure out just what exactly is going to go on here after Clearfield finishes up their second season. With the District 9 championship last week against St. Mary's, they're going to fall in this District 5-9 sub-regional final. And OB will work out of the gun. That's a pass. A lob to the end zone. Jake Lezer, one hand on it, incomplete. And Bedford, nope, and that's it. Bedford Bison football fans, that's the end of the Champions Choice fourth quarter in the ball game. Our final score:
Clearfield 21.
Bedford 40, Clearfield 21. Join us when we come back. We're going to let up the post-game numbers, Camping with analysis, and a whole lot more as we wrap up tonight's ball game on the C Classic post-game report on Passport Radio 98.5 and 900. I did not, because he was sitting right beside
He was sitting right, he was 1 foot away from him.
Unless he went home to wait for a shout out.
He wouldn't share his french fries with that either.